Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm live. Hello to you. Test 1, 2, 3.
All locked in.
You want to do me a favor and see if Danny's upstairs and see if he's picking us up? And we're going for no technical issues tonight. I think I panicked last week. I think we were maybe losing cell signal.
Oh, really?
And I could have maybe just panicked.
Oh, so you
My
think it was
goal
your
tonight
phone?
is to
Seamless?
have no issues. Boy, it sounded good though. I don't know if you know, you can go back to like our website.
Yeah, I listened
And
to it.
the air check was really good.
Yeah.
The quality and your comments, and I've heard good things from people. And
Yeah.
hey, there he is.
Did you grab? Yep, you got it.
Yep, I'm plugged in, so let me know how I'm mixing, if I need to turn it up or down. You can holler at Katie too.
Yeah, so D Lord, she gave us compliments.
Yeah, Rodney Ladd, I saw him today, and he said he was listening last week. And Arnie forgot. Arnie forgot. Isn't he like the sportsman?
That's what I always thought.
Exactly.
I wonder if they ever got Toby to come to that.
I heard he had COVID.
Really?
Yeah, Arnie saw him at the soup dinner the other night,
Oh,
and he said he come back out of Vegas and he had COVID, but he's back at work. So I think Arnie said he probably will because Candy's pushing him really hard.
She's what?
She's pushing him really hard. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see folks again. I'm excited. I am excited. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Danny, if you're listening in, we're on pregame here. So.
Hopeman.
What number?
Number 20.
Okay.
Lane Hopeman.
Yep, Hopeman. And I've always said with names, if you're not sure, pick one way and just stay with the one way.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want to go 2 or 3 different ways, and that just confuses them. If you're wrong, be wrong. D or J?
J.
Okay, got a senior, and he's the senior, junior.
And then the wideouts are Evans, L. Evans, Wilkins.
Yeah, hang on the Evans. I got an E. Evans.
Let me see.
Levi.
Evans,
Okay.
yeah.
Got him.
Wilkins is a flanker, wide out two, whatever you want to call him.
So there we are.
And then the H-back, or the slot back, is H. Hokum.
H. Hokum. Must be some family affairs down there.
Yeah.
Yep, he is on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got him.
Okay.
I guess if you got a kicker and punter and all that.
Well, the punter is Funston, so he's the quarterback. And the kicker is Funston. Must do it all.
Oh, on breaks we go down.
Yep. But even like right now,
Oh, okay.
all I'm hearing is yes. Like, I don't.
Dialed in yet.
Kansas Conference crown, and it was 42-38 victory there. That's with 13 seconds left from Carson Dixon to Nash Morrison, and those two hooked up for 4 touchdown passes in the game. But, that was a really great game, and Baser's kind of that team knocking on the rankings if somebody should go down, which St. James Academy was the one that came closest last week. They pull out a 32-29 win over Blue Valley, but, that top 5 looked strong all year and still remains strong right now.
In Class 4A, Ottawa number 5, Eudora 4, Buhler at 3, Bishop Miege at 2, Crusaders at Cape and Mount Carmel number 1 in Class 4A. Matt?
Yeah, and a couple of losses last week by teams in the top 5. Bishop Miege loses for a second straight time. They lose 35-0 to Rockhurst, the number 2 ranked team in Class 5 in Missouri. And Miege is a team that they've been shut out twice already. 4 weeks through the season. You had to go back to 2007, the last time that Miege was shut out in a game prior to this season, and it's already happened twice. So obviously breaking in some new pieces there, but the Stags play that incredibly tough schedule in EKL, and they'll have another one this week when they take on number 5A number 1 ranked St. Thomas Aquinas. We talked about Capen's really good win in overtime over Wichita Northwest last week. They've got surprising Wichita Southeast, who's 3-1 this week. Really a great win last week in Class 4 was Eudora beating Ottawa 35-21. Eudora is this young but really talented team. They opened the season with a close loss to Hayden, which they felt like they could have played a little bit better. But the Cardinals with a really good win over Ottawa last week, so they're into the poll at number 4. Ottawa drops to 5, and then Buhler with a really good win over Circle last week, 42-20. How about 379 yards rushing by Ben Klaus? Sets their school record. The Crusaders a big test at Wamego this week, who's 2-2.
In Class 3A, a very deep and loaded Class 3A, Scott City at number 5, Rock Creek at number 4, Holcomb at 3, Topeka Hayden at 2, and the Indians of Andale remain number 1 in Class 3A. Brent?
Yeah, I think, Hayden really made a strong statement with their bid over Wamego last week, beating them 42-6. I caught the second half of that game, and when I got there, they were up 21-0 late in the first half, tacked on another touchdown early in the second half, and really dominated that game. And that was a game they had lost last year. Kind of blew it. They were up 14 points in the fourth quarter, and Wamego rallied to beat them on a late field goal. So for them to come back this year and really kind of put it to Wamego, that was a pretty impressive win. The Great West Activities Conference has 3 teams undefeated right now with Holcomb, Scott City, and Hugoton all undefeated. And Hugoton's really playing some great ball and absolutely demolished Colby last week. They get Scott City this week at the number 5 ranked team, so that'll be a great early showdown for that GWAC title with Scott City Holcomb and then Hugoton Holcomb still to come. So it'll be interesting to see how that GWAC shakes out. But those top 3 teams in there this year look really solid.
In Class 2A, Garden Plain at number 5, Hoisington 4, Osage City 3, Nemaha Central 2, Trojans of Southeast of Saline remain number 1 in Class 2A. Matt?
Yeah, in Southeast of Saline, no trouble with Kingman last week, 58-6 in that one. Nemaha Central beats Chanute 28-14, and that's a really nice matchup. I like to see those two meet. I mean, you talk about a 4A school and a 2A school. It was a pretty good game last year as well. Nemaha Central getting the best of both of those, but a great measuring stick for both of their programs. When you look at Osage City at 3, Hoisington 4, and Garden Plain 5, we'll really find out a lot about these teams this week. You've got Osage City at Council Grove, who's undefeated, so that's a great matchup. Hoisington plays at Cheney, who's 3-1, and obviously a strong contender in Class 3A, and then Garden Plain and Haven in a district showdown there, with Garden Plain sitting at 3-1 and Haven undefeated. So really the back half of Class 2A going to get tested this week, and we'll find out a lot about the depth of this classification.
In Class 1A, Smith Center at 5, Pittsburgh St. Mary's Colgan at 4, Rossville 3, Sterling at 2. The Cobras of Jackson Heights remain number 1 in 1A. Brent?
Yeah, it was blowout central for the Class 1A ranked teams last week, as all of them really posted lopsided victories. Smith Center, a 34-16 win over Plainville, the closest of those. And, I thought that would have a chance to be a really good game with Plainville coming off a nice season. But Plainville's really kind of struggled early on, and then we talked about in the intro about Smith Center's reversal of fortune. They were 0-4 last year going into week 5, and around and started picking up some momentum.
Brad and Susan Dressman. Aubrey is involved in FBLA, FFA, and art club. She also plays volleyball, basketball, and softball. Her favorite high school memory was hitting a 3-run home run against Nemaha Central, which helped her team secure a victory. Aubrey's future plans include earning a degree in early childhood development, but she is undecided which college she would like to attend. Grant is the son of John and Lori Hafley. He has participated in football, wrestling, basketball, baseball, and track. Grant has also been involved in FBLA, National Bulldog Photo Services, and was a class officer. His favorite high school memory is going on a 5-hour drive last year to play Holcomb in the first round of football playoffs. In his free time, Grant enjoys playing guitar and watching sports with his family. Looking back on his high school career, Grant remembers Ferris Bueller's famous words, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it." Next year, Grant plans on going to college at the University of Nebraska and study finance to make the big bucks. Our next Queen and King candidates are Ellie Schoenberger and Carter Wassenberg. Ellie is the daughter of Leslie Jeter and Jess Schoenberger. She is involved in FBLA, FCCLA, NHS, Art Club, M Club, video production, Bulldog Photo Services, and is vice president of her class and Stuco. She also participates in volleyball and has made it to state track and field twice. She also has been dancing at Footloose Dance Studio since she was 3. A fun fact about Ellie is that she's absolutely obsessed with Halloween. She watches The Nightmare Before Christmas at least once a week. Her favorite high school memory was beating Nemaha Central in volleyball this year at our home opening tournament after losing to them for 13 years. Her future plans are to attend K-State and major in dietetics and minor in nutrition. Every man a Wildcat. Carter is the son of Ryan and Angie Wassenberg. He's involved in FFA, SCCLA, FBLA, M Club, Art Club, and Outdoor Activities Club. Something Carter is really good at is fixing anything with wheels, but he is even better at breaking them while casually driving to school. Outside of school, he enjoys hunting, working on anything that he broke earlier that week, making progress on his project truck, and helping out on the farm. Carter's favorite high school memory is literally any time he's dancing with Pyfo in the ag shop. He plans to attend K-State Tech College for auto body repair. Our next Queen and King candidates are Casey Rush and Isaac Height. Casey is the daughter of Michael and Christy Rush. She's involved in FBLA, FCCLA, Art Club, Bio Club, and M Club. She participates in volleyball, basketball, and track. Her favorite high school memory is getting to compete in her favorite sports with her teammates throughout high school. One of her favorite places to compete in is the state track meet because of how massive it is. Fun fact, Casey's favorite thing to do is travel, and the beach is her #1 place to visit. The beach helps take away the stress from the school year. Casey plans on attending Kansas State University and wants to major in food, science, and nutrition. Isaac is the son of Nicole Wassenberg and Brandon Height. Throughout his school years, Isaac has been active in a variety of organizations and activities that have helped shape his experiences. He's especially involved in FFA, where he proudly serves as treasurer, and in FBLA, where he takes on a reporting role. His interests don't stop there. He has also participated in Art Club, Bio Club, and enjoys plenty of outdoor activities that keep him grounded and connected with nature. Over the years, Isaac has collected many memories from school. Most good, a few that Cook wouldn't let him share, but all meaningful in their own way. One memory that stands out clearly to Isaac is the time he and his buddies all decided to wear jean shorts freshman year just for giggles. This led to 12 high schoolers parading around school in their Daisy Dukes. Though Isaac's plan is to get a pile of cash and live on a beach somewhere sounds delightful, his backup plan is to attend college, currently undecided on a school, where he plans to study business, and with hard work and determination, he hopes to eventually run his own successful company and make a name for himself in the business world. Our next Queen and King candidates are Rochelle Mick and Eli Salagic. Rochelle is the daughter of Richie and Shannon Mick. Rochelle is actively involved in National Honor Society, Stuco, FBLA, FFA, FCCLA, Bulldog Photo Services, Bulldog Bloom, Art Club, M Club, K Club, and is a class officer. Rochelle has been an MHS cheerleader for 4 years and a captain for 2 years. She also plays second base for the varsity softball team. Outside of school, Rochelle is a CNA, plays travel softball, volunteers in her church and community, and is on the Okido Volunteer Fire Department. During her free time, she loves being around family and friends, and especially her little mini-me's, Milo and Race and Nicholas. Rochelle's favorite high school memory was her sophomore year when Shaylee Viren and her broke the dugout bench while cheering on their teammates at the regional championship softball game. Rochelle plans to further her education after high school to become a traveling RN, attending Southeast Community College RN program, then continuing to get her BS in. Eli is the son of Troy and Jen Lachek. Eli is involved in FBLA, SCCLA, Art Club, M Club, and Bulldog Photo Services. Eli has been on the football team for 4 years and played varsity for 3. He is a team captain this year. He was also involved with wrestling his freshman and sophomore years, and then played basketball his junior and senior years. He also is involved with the golf team and made it to state his freshman, sophomore, and junior years. During Eli's free time, he loves to go golfing with the boys and play 2K with JT, Cole, and Gibby. Eli's favorite high school memory is when the football team beat Wamego last year and Cameron Wetter hitting his head on the bell. Eli's future plans after high school is to attend a 4-year college and major in elementary education. In 6 to 7 years, Eli would like to be done with school and be married. Our last Queen and King candidates are McCartney Smith and Corbin Becker. McCartney is the daughter of Jake and Angie Smith. At MHS, McCartney is involved in Stuco, FBLA, FCCLA, NHS, K Club, M Club, Art Club, a member of video production, and also a class of 2026 officer. She is an MHS cheer captain and participates in softball. Outside of school, McCartney is an instructor at her studio in Seneca, where she competes on the Little Steps dance team and loves sharing her passion for dancing and cheering with young kids. One of her greatest accomplishments is making All-American 2 years in a row and getting the opportunity to go to Hawaii and cheer in the Pearl Harbor Parade this December, thanks to Little Steps and the MHS cheer program. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Kansas Rock Chalk, where she is undecided on a major. Corbin is the son of Mariah Dobervani and Trent Becker. Corbin is involved in FFA, SCCLA, FBLA, M Club, and Stuco. He is also involved in football for 4 years, basketball his freshman year, wrestling his junior year, and has been involved in the boys golf team for 3 years. Corbin's favorite high school memory is when the boys basketball team went to state and played for the championship his freshman year. His future plans are to continue his education in agriculture, but is undecided on where he will be attending next year. The 2025 Marysville Homecoming King is Isaac Height. And your 2025 Marysville Homecoming Queen is Aubrey Dressman.
Defensively to Hugoton, and so I really think it's a game where Scott City's defense will dictate it, and they can get the ball to their playmakers. And I think Scott City, Brent, probably the favorite in this one.
I would say so. I think it's a prove it kind of game for Hugoton. You know, they kind of been hanging right there in that balance, and right behind Scott City and Holcomb is who the premier teams in the GWAC have been. And until you go out and you beat one of those programs, it's still, you know, you got to say, okay, I think that Scott City's going to be the favorite in that game just because that's the game that Hugoton hasn't been able to win. And like you said last year, they go out and get blown out by Scott City in this game. So until Hugoton gets one of those signature victories in the league, I think you have to put Scott City in the favorite. But man, this is the back-to-back gauntlet weeks for Scott City. You got Hugoton this week, and then they turn right around and play Holcomb next week. And last year, they split their games with Holcomb. They beat Holcomb in the regular season 9-0, and then lost them in the playoffs 10-7. So they were defensive battles, and like you said, Scott City's defense certainly is well equipped for those kind of battles this year. But a big game for Scott City. You get this one, and that gives you a lot of momentum going into next week's showdown with Holcomb.
And Matt, big one in 1A and in the Heart of America League between Inman and unbeaten Marion.
Yeah, and another key district game. You look at District 6 out there. This also has Mount Ridge in it that's been, very good. Sedgwick's been a traditional contender, and so you look at these two teams, and both of them have really, I don't want to say flown under the radar, but they have a bit. And I think especially when you look at Inman. I mean, this is a program that, last year they go 4-5 with some close losses to Mount Ridge by 5 points, to Marion to Sterling by 1, and then they lose to Marion as well. The year before that, they're 3-6, but they're not far removed from back-to-back state title game appearances. Going 11-2 in 2022, 11-1 in 21, and then 9-3. So you talk about 31 wins and 6 losses over those three seasons here in fairly recent history for Coach Sawyer. So this is a team that maybe has flown under the radar and people have forgotten about, but here they are back and 3-1 this season, with the lone loss being to Sterling, where they couldn't stop Zane Farney. But there's a lot of teams that can say that, and that was a shootout, 60-47 there a couple weeks ago. So Inman has really played well. Malachi Bronk has moved back from quarterback to running back, now back to quarterback, and he's done really well so far this season. He's got Corbin McClellan. Crew Harris has been an exceptional player at receiver. Got some talented players up front. Last week they shut out Remington 54-0, and Bronk's nearly 300 yards of total offense and 4 total touchdowns as well. I think Marion presents a different challenge. I mean, this is a team that's got 13 total starters back. Jameson Looper's been an outstanding player for them, and 1,300 yards rushing and 17 touchdowns last year. They've got some experience back up front as well. Last week they handled Sedgwick pretty easily as Looper went for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And so it's a team with Coach Kraft that's been really run dominant, really dedicated to the run, and they pushed Conway Springs maybe as well as anybody did last year in the playoffs in that mud game. So it could be argued that Dry Field they may have been right there with them. So I think it's a really outstanding game here and a big leg up in this district, but also to kind of find out who else is a contender in a 1A West that's kind of seeing a lot of movement thus far this season.
Yeah, I think 1A West looks a lot more wide open than maybe we would have anticipated being at the beginning of the year, where you kind of pegged Conway Springs as being that favorite, but with their struggles, I think now everybody else out in the West is like, hey, we got a shot at getting out to the state championship game this year if we can put it together. And this is a big stepping point for both these programs. I think you'll look back at that win over Douglas as a pretty good win for Marion in week 2. Douglas also beat Conway Springs, and that kind of showed us that, hey, Douglas is maybe a team that's a little bit for real this year. They took a tough loss last week to Haven, but that's a good win. But this kind of starts that stretch for Marion where you got Inman, you got Mound Ridge, and then you close it out with Valley Heights, and Valley Heights got upset last week by Sacred Heart, but a program that's traditionally been good. But Marion's kind of been there, kind of knocking on the door, waiting for getting one of those big signature type wins, and if they want to get that to that point, I think going out and beating a very quality Inman team that did have that hiccup here last year, but as Matt said, it's been one of the better programs in the West in 1A for quite some time, and here recently, that's going to be a good one. But Inman, they're having that bounce back here, and they've got athletes. I mean, we've seen them down at state track when Tanner Heckle was there doing things, but they had a lot of other guys that were helping them out, and they showed that that even in the year that after Heckle left and led Linda to a state championship, they stayed right there relevant in Class 1A. So Inman has athletes, they've got dudes, and so this is going to be a great test for both teams.
That's going to wrap up this week's show. Special thanks to Matt Gilmore from kpreps.com and Brent Maycock of Keisha Covered, plus all of our great sponsors, all of our great listeners across the Sunflower State. Be sure to follow Matt's work at kpreps on X, plus visit kpreps.com. And you can see Brent's work at Brent Keisha on X, plus all the talented writers Keisha Covered has at keishacovered.com. Once again, for Matt Gilmore and Brent Maycock, I'm Sean Boston. For from Eagle Media in Hutchinson saying so long, and we'll talk to you next week. Enjoy week number 5 of the high school football season in the Sunflower State. You've been listening to the Kansas Kickoff Show.
Friday night football kickoffs. Marysville back home. It's homecoming, hosting Abilene. Live on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Washington County is host to Clifton Clyde. Live on KNDY FM 95.5. Valley Heights entertains Bennington. Hanover host to Blue Valley. Frankfort travels to Thunder Ridge. Axtell host to Wakefield. Lynn is home to St. John's Beloit. Centralia at Mauer Hill. Giller Odell at Sterling, and Southern will host Thayer Central.
Grab your purple and white, pound the stone, and eat 'em up, KSU.
It is touchdown Kansas State.
The Wildcats play here.
It is good.
Join us Saturday as the Wildcats head to Waco for Big 12 action against Baylor. Our coverage begins at 9 a.m. on your home for Kansas State Wildcat football.
Your home for legendary country music and K-State Wildcat football. Classic Country 1570 and 94.1 FM KNDY.
Since 1886, it's been the two words we live by and the chant we live to cheer. Be here all season as the Jayhawks hit the turf.
Touchdown, Kansas!
Join us this Saturday as the Jayhawks soar to Orlando, Florida to throw down with UCF on your home for Kansas Jayhawk football.
Your home for today's country and Jayhawk football. Today's country, 95.5 KNDY.
KNDY.
And a good evening and welcome to Pat Landau Memorial Field, Homer Hanson Stadium. Bruce Dierking and Mike Russell were about 10 minutes away from kickoff. It's Marysville Bulldog football tonight. You heard the boom of the canyon, and we're back at home. Marysville coming off a 3-game road set. Winless in 4 starts this season, hosts 2-2 Abilene. The Cowboys, North Central Kansas League foes, in town tonight. And we hope you'll stay with us on air, online, on our mobile app, and on BVTV tonight, teaming up with Blue Valley Technologies and their BVTV channel. Our broadcast coverage is service of our KNDY Sports Booster Club members. It's homecoming tonight. Blake Nations and the Marysville High School Marching Band at center field just completed our national anthem, playing the fight song and the crowd responding with a lot of folks and a lot of alumni in town for homecoming activities. Candidates tonight, the Queen candidates, Rochelle Mick, Ellie Schoenberger, Aubrey Dressman, McCartney Smith, and Casey Rush. King candidates Eli Sedlacek, Carter Wassenberg, Grant Hafley, Corbin Becker, and Isaac Height. Named King, Isaac Height, and Queen Aubrey Dressman. Congratulations, crowning and coronation during pregame festivities here tonight. United Bank and Trust just wrapping up the tailgate party. They're in the junior-senior high cafeteria. They are serving till 7 tonight, so if there's anything left, you might grab something en route to the stadium. Otherwise, stay tuned. We've got Bulldog football live tonight on air, online, on our mobile app, and on BVTV.
I'm Liz Warren, your Marysville Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That is why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Marysville Bulldog Athletics on KNDY. Call 785-562-5533 today or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Sometimes the simplest ways work the best. When you need automotive service and repair, call Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. You'll get an experienced mechanic to get the problem fixed. When you call, you'll talk to the mechanic, not an appointment advisor. He'll work with you to get you in and out and back on the road. Ask around. His reputation speaks for itself. Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. A little out of the way in the alley at 604 Oak Street in Marysville. Phone 785-562-7745.
My family and I are needing a place to stay in Marysville. Do you have any suggestions for a nice place?
I've heard that Heritage Inn Express is the best place in town. They have free breakfast and large rooms to accommodate the whole family. Plus, you can bring your pets with you.
Wow, really? I can bring my pets with me? I was hoping that I didn't have to leave them at home. Heritage Inn Express sounds like the perfect package for a whole family.
You can go see them at 1155 Pony Express Highway, Marysville, Kansas, or give them a call at 785-562-5588.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's the routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
Welcome into the Marysville Bulldog pregame coaches conversation with head football coach Tony Trimble. Coach, you fell 7-0 last Friday at Concordia. Your defense played really well there until they gave up the first score of the game late in the contest. But talk about that side of the ball. What were you most impressed with their effort there Friday night?
Well, I thought our kids did a really good job of containing their explosive plays. We knew that they had the potential with a quarterback that runs as well as he does and how they like to scramble around and get him out of the pocket to throw the ball. I thought our kids did a really good job of trying to keep him contained and in the pocket, and for the most part caused him to throw under a little bit of duress and made him a little more inaccurate, I guess you'd say. And so I felt really good about where we were on defense.
Now, I do have to ask about the offensive side of the ball. Scoreless there Friday night and only held to 3 touchdowns so far this year. So how do you get that side of the ball clicking tonight versus Abilene?
Well, you know, we're still growing and getting better as a team, and I really believe that. And, you know, I think that we really did a good job of sustaining drives for periods of times, better than we had in the past few weeks. And the problem was, you know, we get down to the 25-yard line or so, and then we find a way to stumble and not get things accomplished that we needed to do. So I just think that it's a growing process, and we're going to, you know, we've got to find a way to put points on the board. Our defense only gives up 7 points. We should have a better chance to win than we did Friday night. So offensively, we got some things, obviously, to continue to focus on and get better at, but I think the biggest factor is we just got to be able to finish things without self-inflicted wounds that put us in a bad spot.
And tonight's contest, of course, it's homecoming for Marysville. This is your first home game in 3 weeks, too. So throughout this week, how have you made sure that focus stays on the game Friday night and they stay focused tonight, too?
Well, it's one of those things, you know, I want them to enjoy homecoming and all the activities that come along with it, but also want them to understand that, you know, homecoming wouldn't be a thing if we weren't having the football game. So it's fun for the kids, and it can be a little bit of a distraction. But I think, you know, our kids, like I said, that they're wanting to get better. They're wanting to work hard and practice and improve and get the wins that we feel like, you know, need to get and deserve to get. But I think they'll stay focused when it comes down to game time and all that stuff. I don't have a big concern about our kids not being ready.
And now as you do look at Abilene, this is a team that comes in 2-2. They've had some really close wins or close games throughout the season. What's going to be a key for your team to come out victorious tonight?
Well, we got to stay focused and disciplined. We got to make sure that we do all the little things correctly. You know, this team has played some teams that we've played, very similar scores. So, you know, we need to understand going into this game. It's definitely not going to be an easy game, but it is a game that if we go and take care of business the way that we need to take care of business, there's opportunity for us to come out of this thing with a win. So our kids know that Abilene will come and play aggressive football at the start of the game. And if we can just sustain through that initial surge, then we feel pretty good about where we sit.
Again, this has been our Marysville Bulldog pregame coaches conversation with head coach Tony Trimble. Don't touch that dial as Bulldog football is coming up on KNDY.
We're excited to invite you to the second annual Bulldog Family Reunion, Friday, October 3rd, starting at 7 p.m. at Venue 36. It's a relaxed homecoming social with a chance to reconnect with classmates, enjoy music from across the decades, and join the class cheer competition, where the loudest, proudest class will win a free reserved table for next year's reunion. Tickets are just $10 per person, $15 per couple, or $60 for a reserved table of 8. Skip the line and get your tickets online at MarysvilleAlumni.com. or buy them at the door. For more information, give me a call, Ben Throm, at 785-713-1780, and we'll see you at the Bulldog Family Reunion.
Update your home today with a new look from Feldkamp's Furniture Mart. See their tremendous selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom sets and furniture, as well as bedding, accent pieces, appliances, and more. Financing options for any budget up to 24 months with no interest, as well as free delivery, making buying local easy. Shop Feldkamp's Furniture and Flooring in Marysville today.
And again, welcome back. Bruce Dierking, Mike Russell, 5 of the football season. Marysville versus Abilene. Live on KNDY Marysville, AM 1570, FM 94.1. Streaming on our website, KNDYradio.com. Always available on our free mobile app. And partnering tonight with BVTV, Blue Valley Technologies. Captain's meeting at center field. It is a beautiful night for high school football. A south wind that came in at 10 to 20 miles an hour today has largely diminished. Will be a warm kickoff here tonight, unusually warm by early October standards. We nudged 90 degrees this afternoon. As the sun sets on this Friday and the Friday night lights take hold. Homecoming for Marysville, entertaining Abilene. Truly a homecoming tonight. We haven't been here since week 1 of the season, hosting Nemaha Central, with road trips in the meanwhile to Hiawatha, Wamego, last week at Concordia.
Yeah, last week was a tough loss there. We're in a game right till the end. But I just want to say, Bruce, every time I come back here to Marysville, I have to come by the stadium. It has to be one of the best and prettiest stadiums in northeast Kansas for sure, and probably all the state. But the Dogs are struggling a little bit. They need to come out early and set the tone like we were talking in Concordia. They come out fired up. I want to see the offensive and defensive line really pick up their play. They did a good job blocking last week. You need to come out with that intensity, though. Keep working the option to Grant. He had a 100-yard game last week, first one of the year. So that's just going to open stuff up for the option down the road.
There were some strong individual performances last week.
Yeah, Grady Schradel did a good job running the offense. One thing I want to see from him is he has to get away from taking those risky pitches and trying to get himself out of trouble. He needs to mature a little and just take that ball and maybe take the loss if he has to.
We are set for kickoff here tonight. Abilene Cowboys come in 2-2 on the season. So far, they've seen Clay Center, Chapman, Concordia, and Rock Creek.
Yeah, they're 2-2, like I said. And last week they played Rock Creek, which I think is a pretty good team. They probably didn't have their best game of the year there. They do have 3 guys that we need to really keep an eye on. That's the quarterback, Funston. He's thrown for 519 yards this year. There's Hokeman is the leader in rushing with 318 yards. And then Levi Evans is the main receiver, it looks like, at 15 receptions for 286 yards on the year.
Nate Shoddy setting the kick. David Cuba, Nolan Wilkins are the deep backs for Abilene, defending the west goal. Not a long kick. It's taken in the 25, 30-yard range and a rather short return, bringing it across the 30 out toward the 35-yard line. That one didn't quite go where I expected. Watching those deep backs, Nate Shoddy pushes it kind of in the middle.
Yeah, Cuba got that ball, kind of headed up the field, and then made a little move to the right and got Bulldogs all over him over about, where are we, on the 35-yard line?
It is 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They'll move right to left. Just underway here tonight opposite our broadcast. Max Blasky's in Washington County as the Tigers play host to Clifton Clyde. It's on KNDY FM 95.5.
See if Sam Schmitz comes out like he finished last week, tearing the O-line up.
Senior Tegan Funston at quarterback takes the first snap of the ball game, and we're underway to the running back, Lane Hokeman. He's another senior among 7 senior starters on this Abilene team.
Yeah, they are a veteran team. Just turned and handed the ball off to the tailback there, I formation right off the right guard for a short gain of 2 or 3.
Call it 3 for a 2nd and 7, and we're off and running tonight. All 4 of Abilene's games have been league contests so far. Make it 5 tonight. At center, Jalen Robinson, another senior. Here's motion across by Ethan Evans, a junior. Funston with a handoff, right side, got a first down. Then across the 50, opposite 40, far sideline, crossing the 30, knocked out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's Lane Holtman, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. But look out, there's a flag.
A flag back there. Holtman's their leading rusher, Bruce. He's the guy that's going to get the ball a lot of times in this offense. One thing I did want to say about Funston, he throws the ball a lot, but I did see that he has 4 interceptions on the year, so maybe Becker can get him another one tonight.
First penalty in the ball game against the Cowboys, and we'll march that back. And remind you, we've got college action on the air tomorrow. I believe a 9 a.m. start for Kansas State on pregame coverage. Kansas Jayhawks a 6 p.m. pregame start. Pushing the ball back to the 26-yard line. It's 2nd and 19. Quarterback keeper coming to the near side. Funston follows a block, crossing the 30, brings it ahead to the 32, 33-yard line. Hagan Funston, 6'1", 170 pounds, and a senior, meeting Eli Sedlacek on the stop.
Eli Sedlacek made some good tackles last week, too. That was just a basic option left, two-man option. Quarterback took the ball at the defensive end, turned upfield, and got some yardage.
Cowboys still battling that penalty, facing a 3rd and 12 at their own 33-yard line. Twin wides to the far side. It's a shotgun snap. Funston with time fires to the far side. Nice spiral across for a first down at the 47-yard line.
Ringstorff looks like made that tackle, Bruce.
Levi Evan is a 5'11", 175-pound senior. His first reception in the contest brings up an Abilene first down.
Yeah, so we've seen Evan catching the football and Hopeman running it just like we thought would happen. Looks like when we see Funston getting that shotgun formation, they might be throwing the ball.
Approaching midfield on their first series, 4 wides, 3 to the near side. Heath Hopeman goes in motion back. Pass to the near side, complete to Landon Rogers, the senior reserve. Taken out of bounds, might be down for a short loss.
Yeah, that was just a bubble screen out there, tackled by Sedlacek and Lawrence, but just bubble screen left. They tried to get it out to the wide receiver out there, having go one-on-one with someone. The guys played it well, 2-yard loss.
I'm seeing some rotation from what we expected on a starting lineup here, with a lot of faces in this Abilene lineup early on tonight.
Yeah, they're moving some people in and out.
Twin wides this time on the far side. Heath Hopeman in motion going to the far side. And off to the lone back. This is Lane Hopeman. He's across midfield, Bulldog territory. Another first down. Lane Hopeman picks up 12.
Brody Lawrence, just a little pitch out there, handoff to him off the left side. Good game.
Takes it to the Bulldog 42-yard line. With 9:10 and counting, no score here in the first quarter. Abilene working off the opening kick.
Bulldogs need to bow their neck a little bit here and make some stops here. The D-line has to make some, get some penetration. Doesn't look like they're putting much pressure back there on him.
3 wides far side. Here's Lane Hopeman again. Cutting far side, crosses the 40, inside to the 35 at the far sideline. Hopeman still being tough over there. He picks up a good 7 yards.
Yeah, he just turned handing him the ball off to the right. He went right off tackle in the end, just kind of took an angle towards the first down, and looks like he got about 6 out of that.
2nd down for the Cowboys, moving downfield methodically. Again, a 2-2 team. Wins over Chapman and Concordia. Losses to Clay Center and Rock Creek.
Shotgun again.
Funston, long count. Fake handoff on a keeper, far side. Fights hard for the first down. It's going to be close on the far sideline.
Yeah, I don't think you got it, Bruce. Looks like maybe Bussman out there on that tackle, James Bussman.
A Marysville defense that has stood tall at times this season. Nearly pitched a shutout last week. It only took one score for Concordia to win the 7-0 ball game.
Yeah, that was a nail-biter right down to the end, but I'm really proud of the Bulldogs that played hard. They're getting kind of down here in this red zone where the Bulldogs have been pretty effective, so let's hope they can stiffen up here and get the Cowboys stopped.
Funston only got a yard on that effort. It's 3rd and a long 2 from the gun. Funston again, left side. This time he got the first down.
Yeah.
Fights ahead, about a 4.5-yard pickup to the 30-yard line. Keeps the Cowboy drive alive.
Yeah, he just went trips left, and then him and Hokeman headed out there with the option of pitching it to the running back if need be, but Funston was able to plant his foot, just turn upfield right off the end, so first down.
Clock continues to tick. We're down to 7.5 minutes here in the first. First down at the Bulldog 30-yard line. Hokeman behind Funston, takes the handoff, meets the line, scoots around the right side. He takes it ahead inside the 25 to the 20-yard line. Lane Hokeman may have another first down for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was Brody Lawrence with that tackle. I think that was a dive, Bruce, and he just kind of felt his way along the offensive line to the right till he got outside and then sprinted upfield. But it looked to me like that was maybe a zone read type play. Got the ball right over the center.
First down at the Bulldog 20-yard line. Cowboys have had this possession now 5 minutes and counting.
Yeah, I was just thinking we were just down here a little bit ago and then had a penalty that brought it back.
Twin wides to the near side. Flank to his left. Funston in the gun. Hokeman to the far side. Stutter step move. Picked up 4 yards. Lane Hokeman, a workhorse for this Abilene team.
Alex Shields in the game there, so he's back playing this week, made a tackle on that.
And I think the Bulldogs coming in at nearly 100% health-wise has to be a factor tonight.
Yeah.
Lawrence came back last week. Becker was back last week. Shale, first time this season, will have seen him.
Yeah, it's nice to get those guys back. Leadership and physical ability.
2nd and 7. Motion off the far side. Funston long count. Rolls out to the near side. Spiral pass to the end zone.
Touchdown.
Is complete.
Looks like
Levi Evan is a 5'11", 175-pound senior. He catches her in the end zone, back of the end zone with good coverage.
Yeah, that shouldn't surprise us. That was the leading receiver on the team, and they're going to the leading rusher, leading receiver when they need be. Funston just rolled out here left, kind of set up, told his guy to go deeper, and just threw it over our heads for a touchdown.
Cowboys strike first blood, scoring with 5:57 to play, middle of the first. Extra point is through the uprights.
Looks like Brandon Sims kicked that, Bruce.
He's a 6', 170-pound sophomore. And the Cowboys take her downfield. They march 65 yards on their first possession, winding up with a touchdown pass just under 6 minutes to play. Cowboys lead the Bulldogs 7-0.
Attention, Marysville and surrounding areas. Kensing Corporation is hiring right now. They're looking for a machine operator. This role focused on quality control. No experience? No problem. They'll train you. They're also looking for a machine adjuster. But for this one, you'll need solid mechanical experience to keep the machines running smoothly and handle repairs as needed. Here's the best part. Tension offers a unique schedule. 3 days on, 1 day off. 3 days on, then 7 full days off. That's a full week off every other week. Plus, Tension offers competitive wages, great benefits like 401k, health, dental, and vision insurance. So if you're in Marysville or the surrounding area, apply today for the machine operator or machine adjuster positions at tension.com/careers. That's tension.com/careers. Tension Corporation is an equal opportunity employer.
24 is Wetter.
Cam Wetter, J.T. Becker deep back for the Bulldogs, who will take their first kick with just under 6 minutes to play, trailing Abilene 7-0. And the kick is up by the Cowboys. Brandon Sims taken on the near side from the 10-15 across the 20, fighting for room across the 25-30. Still moving forward to the 35-yard line. That is an excellent return for Cam Wetter.
Yeah, he caught that ball, just kind of felt his way zigzagging from about the 10-yard line out to about the 35, so that is a good return.
Funston to Evan on the 17-yard touchdown pass. Sims with the PAT puts Abilene up by a 7-0 count. This is right where Abilene started at their own 35. Marysville gets a chance to turn the tables and do the same thing if they can march it downfield 65.
Yeah, let's see if Hafley's got that running down this tonight. That'd be nice to see.
Under center is Grady Shadle. Hafley with the first handoff meets that defensive line, and they pummeled him to the ground.
Yeah, they were waiting on him for that. So that tells me that time to maybe pull that ball and get outside like I talk about all the time. But they were all over him.
Shadle's been a starter since the second half of their first game in the season. Bo Busman got the first half start with Nemaha Central. Shadle came in third quarter, then Wertenberger finished. Shadle's been the starter since. He is a sophomore quarterback, 5'11", 165 pounds. That fullback is Grant Hafley, 6 foot, 170 pounds, and a senior. You mentioned his performance at Concordia a week ago.
Yeah.
Hafley again up the middle, takes defenders ahead to the 45-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, that was Schradel kept the ball and got upfield for, that's going to be like second one. You mentioned Bo Busman. I see they had him in at wide out there, so he's getting in the game. That's good.
Marking the spot, it's going to be very, very close, within a yard of a first down. And you're right, credit where credit's due. That was Schradel. A nice fake, kept it, and he is a capable scrambling quarterback.
Yeah, I think they're going to be keying on Hafley all night. They've probably told their defensive tackle to tackle him no matter what.
Bulldogs break huddle quickly, third and short, up the middle. They ought to have a first down and then some.
Yeah.
Taking that across almost to the 47-yard line. It's Schradel again on a keeper.
Yeah, just followed his O-line up there, followed Gavin Vogelsberg and the two guards up there for, it looks like a 2-yard gain for another first down.
Approaching midfield here with 4:10 and counting first quarter. 7-0 Abilene, the early lead. Bulldogs on their first possession. Bo Busman, Gavin Gibbs come in off the near sideline. Has to feel good to be back at home after 3 games on the road, back-to-back.
Oh, yes.
Here's Schradel.
Yep.
Up the middle. That one's not going to go anywhere.
No, he handed that off to Grant again, but I'm telling you, they're going to tackle him every time. I can see Grady kind of pulling that ball, running that fake, and just seeing what's out there, and it was pretty open again.
Abilene's got some big boys on the line, don't they?
Yes, they do, and they're, you know, difference between a junior and a senior a lot of times out there on the field is a world, too, and these guys have probably played all last year, these Abilene down linemen, and they're showing it.
Motion coming off the far side. Play is underway. Coming to the near side.
Yeah, that was that inside reverse, Bruce, but we just forgot to block, I believe his number's 44, is it, or 74. He was in our backfield just about before we got the ball. Pierce Castile.
Nate Shoddy loss of a yard on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 11. Boy, we got out early last week. I didn't realize it was 9 o'clock. It was before 9 o'clock when we signed off. Here tonight, we've had just 1 penalty flag, very little stops in the ball game. We're down to 2.5 minutes and counting.
Yeah, just running that clock.
3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Here's Cam Winter looking for room on the far side. Got a couple defenders. He fights his way past the 50. Far sideline is out of bounds, but in Cowboy territory.
Yeah, they just faked the dive to Hafley, and then Wetter was coming from the right side. They faked to the right with Hafley, and they handed off to Wetter going left. He got outside there and made a pretty good gain. Looks like we're at 4th and 4, so it's doable. Looks like they're probably going to go for it.
Decision time at midfield. Bulldogs on their first possession, trailing Abilene 7-0. 4th and a solid 4. They're just inside the Abilene 48. They need to get down to the 43-yard line. Schradel with a long count, tried to draw him off. Still under center. No snap. And timeout on the field with 2:18 remaining in the first. Abilene leads Marysville 7-0 when we come back.
Building on years of service to the community, Mason Tax and Accounting is now Main Street Tax and Accounting. Accountants Tony Yossi and Jess Miller strive to build on 20-plus years of personal, detail-oriented service to their clients. From bookkeeping and payroll to individual tax preparation to ag and business tax services, Main Street Tax and Accounting is your hometown expert. Still located at 1101 Broadway in Marysville. Stop by or call 562-2710. Main Street Tax and Accounting, where the name is new but the service hasn't changed.
Well, they did not get a timeout. They had a penalty, a 5-yard penalty. And we've got Cam Wetter out there punting straight up into the air and straight back down.
Yeah, it reminds me of his first punt there at Concordia. He just caught that ball a little too high in its arc, and it went straight up, and then it couldn't have got a worse bounce. It bounced high and backwards. So Abilene ball on their own 46, so that amounted to about a 4 or 5 yard punt when you figure it all out.
Bulldog, their first possession started at the 35. They did manage to get into Cowboy territory, but Abilene takes their second possession, approaching midfield. Funston with a late pitch. Here's Hokeman. He crosses midfield into Bulldog territory, brought down at the 47-yard line.
Was that Becker that made that tackle? I can't really tell, but just another double option out there. The quarterback took the ball, took a step back, ran at the end, pitched the ball, and turned upfield with it.
Gain of almost 8 yards on first down carry.
Good game. I tell you, watching them in pregame, Bruce, I didn't see this shotgun at all, so they must have been trying to hide it.
Second along 2, facing the Cowboys, again moving right to left. Twin wides to the near side, motion to the near side, flank to his left. Funston takes the snap and hands to Hokeman. Around the right side, he's close to a first down, fighting at the last instant for a decent spot. I don't know, it's going to be awful close.
Yeah, just a power play right. They sent Hokeman out there with the ball and a little lead, and looks like they gave him the first down.
Yep, going to go ahead and give a chain gang the motion forward. First down for the Cowboys on the effort by Lane Hokeman. Tough runner.
Yeah, he's comfortable running that ball, too. He gets up in there and feels his way through, finds a hole, and then shoots through it.
First down at the Bulldog 44. Here's a handoff. Hokeman coming near side, crossing the 40. Ahead to the 38-yard line. Got a 6-yard carry for Hokeman.
Yeah, they're not hiding anything. They just catch that ball in the shotgun. Funston just turns and hands it to Hokeman, and away he goes.
Under a minute and counting. Abilene has controlled time of possession in this first half. Just over 6 minutes on that first possession, a scoring drive. Second down and 4. Lone back behind Funston. That is Hokeman on the carry far side. Stutter step move, found a short seam. He's ahead to the 35, not quite enough for the first down. He'll be about a yard shy.
Looks like Ty Mosier, yeah, he made the tackle there. Just another straight ISO to the right off tackle.
30 yard to go. With under 10 seconds, I think they'll let the clock run out here.
Yeah, looks like, go ahead.
Cowboys lead the Bulldogs 7-0, end of 1 here tonight.
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all year long on tires you can trust. Now through December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission. with qualifying purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires from Mike's OK Tire in Marysville. For details, go online to MichelinMan.com or see Mike's OK Tire. Offer expires December 9th. See Mike's OK Tire today for this special offer.
Since 1976, Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions has been your farm and home marketing team. Let the experienced family team of Tom and Rob Olmsted and brother-in-law Tom Kirkland guide you when buying or selling a home or farmland. Delivering timely, honest, and professional guidance, visit olmstedrealestate.com to view current listings and auctions. Your farm and home marketing team is Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions. 300, that's Father 5-2.
Abilene leading Marysville 7-0. Cowboys score on their first drive from the opening kick. 65-yard scoring drive, 17-yard touchdown pass. Kagan Funston to Levi Heaven. Brandon Sims with a PAT for the 7-0 lead. End of one. Cowboys working left to right on a 3rd and 1. Lane Hokeman up the middle has the first down. From the 35, he's ahead to the 32-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for the Cowboys.
Just a straight handoff to Hokeman again, right off the right guard, and I think Wetter got in there and grabbed him, pulled him down for a short gain, if any.
I won't say Abilene running at will, but they're running very effectively tonight.
Yes, they are. Hokeman's a smooth runner. He finds the hole, takes his time, he's patient, finds the hole, and then jumps right through it.
For what it's worth, twin wides on the far side. Hokeman flanking Funston. Funston passing across. It's good to the 20-yard line, inside the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was to Heath Hokeman. Must be the brother of the running back. You know, they just faked a little dive there, brought our linebackers up, and just threw a little slant route to the tight end or Z-back, whatever you want to call him, across the middle, and he ran it to the end zone.
Funston to Hokeman.
33 yards, I believe.
Boy, if one Hokeman ain't tearing you up, the other's catching you.
Yeah.
Cowboys on the board early second quarter. Brandon Sims successful on the earlier PAT on the east uprights. Official timeout. And we've got a flag. What a great night for high school football. A little bit more like the first game of the season with 90-degree afternoon temps, but as that sun sets, it is pleasant.
Yeah, it is. It's nice out, Bruce, and that's the great thing about the fall. I can't wait to put a sweater on here in about a month. And
won't be long, and let's not invite old man winter too soon. All right, what's the story out there?
Well, they didn't really move the ball, so maybe they had the ball spotted at the wrong spot. I can't really tell for sure.
It's going to be Levi Evan holding for Brandon Sims on the PAT. Cowboys look to double up their lead, just underway in the second Q. Through the uprights and a 14-0 lead as the Cowboys go on top of the Bulldogs on a pair of Kagan Funston touchdown passes tonight.
New or used, check out the selection at the Nordis Motor Company in Marysville. Recent trades include a 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ 71 package. It's a 3.0 Duramax diesel. Very nice, and it's loaded. A 2024 GMC Caravan 4-wheel drive, local trade, like new, absolutely loaded. At the Nordis Motor Company in Marysville.
When you're building, make the local choice with Cromie Lumber. Close to home, spend your time working and not fetching. Easy pickup or delivery available, and their prices are competitive on all of your building needs. From lumber to siding, roofing, paint, windows, and doors, to the tools to get the job done. Make the easy choice the first time with Cromie Lumber, Marysville and Washington. As always, they appreciate your business as they work to help you save time and money. When you're building, make the local choice with Cromie Lumber.
14-0 Abilene lead at Marysville, week 5 of the season. Marysville winless in 4 starts. Abilene 2-2 on the season. 11:13 to play. That didn't take as long for the Abilene Cowboys to convert.
No, they just were pounding it up the middle, and pretty soon our linebackers were sneaking up, and they just faked the dive and just threw it right over the top of their heads, and then the younger Hokeman just ran it in for a touchdown.
into the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Marysville on their second possession in the ball game. Around the NCKL tonight, Chapman, Concordia, Clay Center versus Rock Creek, Wamigos squaring off with Buhler. This is not a district game for Marysville. They opened district play last week with Concordia. We'll face Clay Center, Rock Creek, maybe one more.
Concordia, Rock Creek, Clay Center. I think we said Chapman, didn't we? I think that's who it was.
First down, Bulldogs on the 20-yard line. Oh, that one kind of took off in a hurry. There's a flag, finally.
Yeah, late flag, but definitely was procedure for sure.
Yeah, they literally came from the huddle across the line. There was just no other way to say it. It's going to be a false start for Marysville. Reminisce, I was at Emporia State last week, watched the ball game. The official said, everyone is offside for the Hornets except the center. I never heard it put that way.
Well, that looked like the same play, Bruce. Maybe they were watching Hornet film this week or something.
Oh, tough way to start a drive.
Yeah, 1st and 15. That always makes it tough.
Now, this is what Marysville's first penalty here tonight, though, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
And we said last week, we had reduced the penalties. I didn't have an exact count, but it was on one hand, and that's one of those positive steps.
Yeah, they cleaned it up a lot last week.
So 1st and 15 for Schradel and company. Here goes motion out of the backfield. This run is going to go nowhere.
Yeah, they just collapsed our interior line right there, and Schradel really didn't have anywhere to go. I think he was going to take that little stutter step back maybe and run that quarterback draw, but they were all over him.
You're looking at a young quarterback, Grady Schradel, fourth start of the season, I'm sorry. And look at the senior-dominated defense for Abilene. So if there's a little bit of a mismatch there, Grady's going to learn a lot of things tonight.
Yeah, he'll come out of here with some knowledge for sure. Hopefully our line will come out with a little more knowledge on this too.
A line that's held their own. I know you made the comment late in the game last week, some credit where credit was due, an offensive line that helped create some opportunities.
Yeah, they worked hard last week, and Colin and Marysville were a really good matchup, and I was really disappointed that we didn't get out of there with the win, but they gave it everything they had.
Just a single score, and that came in the last 5 minutes of the ball game. Second down, 15 to go. Here's Schradel on the late pitch. Coming to the near side, but going nowhere, but out of bounds, saw the near sideline. That is Grant Hafley.
Yeah, tackled by Hokeman that scored the touchdown. They just they read that all the whole way, just stretched it out to the left side and ran him to the sideline, made the tackle.
It's like they're stuck in the mud out there. Nothing on either of the last two carries. It's third down and just over 15 yards.
Yeah, it's hard to be successful when the D-line is standing in your backfield, that's for sure. So these guys maybe cut down their splits a little bit, block head up, and try to make something happen here. We need to have something happen pretty quick.
Offense on their first possession took it from the 35. They got into Cowboy territory before they had to punt away. Third and a long 15. Schradel dropping the pass. Nice spiral, but way overthrown. Downfield, the intended receiver would have been Brody Lawrence.
Yeah, he just took a drop back there and launched the ball, but decent pass. It just was a little over his head, so that was just something to do on 3rd and 15. They just thought they would put it up in the air, and no luck.
You could feel the pressure on Schradel. He had to make a choice really quickly.
Yeah, he had to, as soon as he got back to his spot, he had to get rid of that ball.
Putting the Bulldogs in punt formation for a second time. Their first punt tonight didn't come so well. It was only about 10 yards plus on the punt that went straight up and came straight back down from inside the 5. This one's high and a whole lot better.
You get that?
To the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that ball bounced on the ground. That was Alex Shield punting that. The last one was Cam Wetter, so Shield must be in at punting, back to his punting duties. But I thought that ball was on the ground for a minute, Bruce, but Abilene got on it. 1st and 10 on the Marysville, 43?
Yep, that's where they'll set up shop here with 9:44 to play first half, leading Marysville 14-0. Cowboys have scored touchdown passes on both of their possessions thus far.
Not too bad of a punt. We need to D up here right now.
Funston and company. Turns, gives to his lone back. It's Hokeman, near side, crossing the 40. There's a flag. He's ahead to the 35.
Yeah, may have a holding back there. Looks like tackled by maybe Brody Lawrence, and someone else was in there. You can see Sam Smith fixing his jersey, so I think they were probably holding him on the end there, and Abilene got caught.
They did, marching it back against the Cowboys. They'll take it across to the opposite 47-yard line.
Yeah, they're just taking a step back and handing that ball to Hokeman, and he's just finding his way down and around the end.
First down and 20. Cowboys at their own 47-yard line. Can the Bulldog defense take advantage of that? Three wides on the far side. Funston just hasn't thrown a lot but to the end zone tonight. He'll keep it to the left side, crossing midfield, about a 5-yard pickup.
Grady Cap made that tackle. It was just it's gonna be that load option, I call it. Funston just takes the ball in the shotgun, runs at the end or the corner, and makes them make a decision. Turned it upfield, and we made the tackle on him, like a 3-yard gain maybe.
And there's another flag. It's another Cowboy penalty as they backpedal here. All of a sudden, things are stalling out for this team that seemed to be controlling the momentum in this ball game since the outset.
Maybe that's why they've been running the ball so well, Bruce. They've been holding us every time. You never know.
And it brings it back to the 37-yard line, so it is first and a long way to go. First down would be at the Marysville 32. Quick snap to Funston. Here's Hokeman. No room on the near side. Nice job undercutting him. That was a great effort on the near side for Brody Lawrence.
Brody Lawrence came through there, read that play, and dove at Hokeman's legs and got him on the ground. Good play. It was just that power move they have to the right. They just go back, hand it the ball, and he finds his way. Brody Lawrence found his way on that one.
Forcing a second and long, will we see the Cowboys going to a pass option?
I would certainly expect a pass here, but I'd like to see us get some pressure on the quarterback.
Sixth-year coach Brad Nix for the Cowboys. Shotgun snap and a rollout to the far side, stutter step move. Then a run lateral, out of bounds on the far sideline. Got a few yards out of it, but not much.
Yeah, Grady Cap was right on him. He just couldn't quite catch him, but he made that play go south for him because Funston had to make a decision on whether to look for receivers or run the ball. He decided to run the ball and made 3 or 4 yards on it.
Third and about 24 is where we stand. Cowboys from their own 43. They need to get to the Marysville 32 for a first down.
Yeah, I would say they'll be dropping back and throwing that ball again. 3rd and 22, that's years of wisdom talking.
Timeout on the field with 8:23 remaining first half. Cowboys lead the Bulldogs 14-0.
If you're 50 or over, it may be time to switch your auto and home insurance. The AARP Auto and Home Insurance Program from the Hartford is now available through the Copeland Insurance Agency in Marysville. Discover rates, benefits, and service designed for AARP members, plus extra savings when you insure both your auto and home. Call the Copeland Insurance Agency in Marysville at 619-6220. That's 619-6220, or visit copelandinsurance.net. Certain policy features not available in all states. Applicants are individually underwritten. Hartford Fire Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut.
Bulldog football on air, online, always available on our free mobile app. Teaming with BVTV tonight, we appreciate the opportunity. Opposite our broadcast, Max Blasky at Washington County with Clifton Clyde tonight on FM 95.5. We go back on the road next week. Marysville back in district play at Rock Creek a week from tonight. Kind of a wonky schedule where you play the opener at home and then truly a homecoming after a 3-game road set.
And another tough opponent. Rock Creek's undefeated, so better go down there ready to play too.
3rd and long, we're calling it 3rd and about 24 for the Cowboys. Chance for the Marysville defense to make a statement here. and force the punt. Abilene scored on their 2 previous possessions.
Oh, gosh.
Fake handoff to Hokeman, quarterback keeper, scampering under pursuit on the near side. Crosses midfield at the 50. He's out of bounds near the 45-yard line of Marysville. Still going to be about 13 short of a first down, though.
Yeah, the whole Bulldog defense after him. Cam Wetter finally ran him down over here on the right side. It dropped back. He was reading the receivers, but nobody was open, so Funston just had to run the ball.
4th down for the Cowboys. They lead 14-0 with 8:12 to play in the half. At the half, we'll talk about homecoming activities. Had the homecoming parade earlier today. Great crowd downtown. Mentioned student council during the timeout. Pat on the back to Jeff Cook. Puts that together with his Stuco kids every year. 4th and 13. They're not going to punt. They're going to throw. Funston through traffic. It's complete to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Cowboys with nothing to bring it back. Abilene overcomes back-to-back big penalties and keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Levi Evan just went out there and hooked up just past the first down marker. Funston dropped back, felt a little pressure, and found his favorite receiver for a first down.
He really threaded the needle on that one, didn't he?
He did, yep. Evan was open, and he got him the ball. I told you they were going to go for it, no matter where they were.
Cowboys with a new sense of enthusiasm out there now. 3 wides to the near side, and Funston comes this way, but Tulane Hokeman on the lateral. He's to the 30, crossing the 25, bringing defenders near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's a good runner, hard runner. He never gives up. He's always sneaking and moving and trying to find a hole to go through.
Got another Abilene penalty.
Yeah. I think we got another holding.
I would guess.
Yep. Well, maybe they're putting their hands on old Sam Smith, trying to keep him out of the backfield, because that's where at least 2 of these holding penalties have been holding Sam.
So just as Abilene had overcome a couple of penalties, here they go again. I think this is their 5th here tonight, 3rd on this series. It's first down at the Bulldog 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's discouraging when you have 3rd and 20-some and they piddle down and end up with a first down. But Bulldogs just need to bounce back here.
Funston with Hokeman to his right. Man in motion, Gabe Nichols. Hokeman going to the far side. He finds room. He's inside the 35, ahead to the 30-yard line. That, pretty good pickup.
Yeah, power left. Just run back, hand him the ball, and let him feel his way out there. I don't know whether we need to get our defensive ends upfield or something to get that stopped.
Timeout on the field with 7:13 to play in the half. Abilene leading Marysville 14-0.
Landau Company in Marysville is hiring for administrative positions to include graphic design for the marketing office, technical training coordinator for the warranty department, and a systems analyst net developer. Production positions also available, including weld, assembly, paint, and fabrication. For more information about these positions and to apply, visit their website at landau.com. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Bulldog marching band warming the crowd up in the stands. Good crowd of Marysville fans. Lots of alumni back. I don't know, we might know a few of them here tonight, Mike. We've got our 45th class reunion, class of 1980, celebrating this weekend.
Well, I know one at least, Bruce. That's you, so.
Yeah, we're good up here.
We'll be able to talk to each other tonight.
Have a little golf round tomorrow, and then we're going to meet down at the historic depot. Class of 65 is in town this weekend as well. Both represented this afternoon, homecoming parade. Second down, about 10 yards to go for the Cowboys. Twin wides are split. Hokeman is behind Funston, takes the handoff. Finds the seam right side, diving inside the 25, not quite enough for the first.
Take the snap, hand it to Hokeman. That's the offense right now that we're seeing. He just went off the right tackle. Had a steam when he hit the line of scrimmage and ended up getting about 6 yards, 7 yards.
I'll ask you to cipher through all those stats and see if you can see what kind of yards Hokeman's had this season. We got a whole package of stats, and I don't think we've had time to go through them all, but somewhere along the way. 3rd and 3, meanwhile. Funston in the gun. Hand off to, you guessed it, Hokeman.
Yep.
Close to the first down, near the 20. That's going to be right close. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, it's a little dive play. Looks like Ty Mosier and Grady Cap made that tackle. First down.
Enough for the first at the Bulldog 21-yard line. Keeps the clock in motion. Middle of the second quarter at 6:20 and counting. Marysville as yet has not threatened. Punted the ball away twice tonight. Defense has been on the field literally all night long.
Yeah, I'll find those stats on Hokeman, but I can guarantee you almost he'll be near 100 yards easily.
Oh, tonight out.
Yeah.
An outstanding performance. Fake to Hokeman this time. It's going to be Funston on a keeper. Didn't have anywhere to go. Nice wrap up this time. Even a short loss of a yard.
It almost looked like a broken play there, like maybe they missed the handoff to the left and Funston just kind of bailed out around the right end and tackled for maybe a yard or two loss.
Wetter led the stop for MHS. 14-0 count, Abilene, if you tuned in late. I'll check scores on the other North Central Kansas League games and Twin Valley League action as well at the half tonight. Stepping into the second half of the season here on week 5. Funston with the snap. Hokeman far side. Follows his blocks. Inside the 20, 15. Far side inside the 10, 5. Down to the corner.
Down to about the 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, I can't see exactly where he was pushed out of bounds. I think you've got it right at the 3-yard line as Becker pushes him out finally, but Hokeman chewing up more yards. It's 1st and goal to go.
Yeah, it was just student body left. They go back, hand him the ball, and he finds his way out around the corner. But, man, he had a head of steam when he got that ball and rounded the corner that time. He was running full speed.
Sets the Cowboys up for 4 shots into the end zone. Ball is actually out near the 4-yard line, for what that's worth. 3-yard, 4-yard, I don't think it matters. First down either way. Here we go, Hokeman, stutter step move. Seam on the right side to the 1-yard line. They might spot him back at the 3.
Yeah, he cut that one up quicker than he usually does. Looked like he cut it up right off the tackle, and there was Sam Smith there involved in that, and maybe
Cap.
Bush or Cap, I can't remember.
He doesn't get a very good spot on that. I thought he was going to be down to about the 1 on that dive, but he's actually out at about the 3-yard line where it's 2nd and goal to go.
Yeah, I don't really know why they would decide to go up the middle now when he was having such luck on the ends, but we'll see if they learn from that.
So far tonight, both touchdowns have been passes. Funston, the handoff up the middle. Hokeman bouncing off 1, 2, 3 defenders.
Yeah, Funston just faked that and was going to go around the end and our D end, and let's see. Brody Lawrence was there again to make a nice tackle. 3rd and 4, Bruce.
I guess a good thing. I'm still looking for it. Well, boy, a goal line stand would sure feel good. I mean, that's a tall order for a defense that's been on the field literally all night long.
Yeah.
But 3rd and goal to go from the 4-yard line.
And a stop here would be nice, but I would imagine we're going to stop him 2 plays in a row if we want to keep him out of the end zone. Look for...
Funston with the snap. Here comes Hokeman on the left side, and he can take a truck through there.
Just strung him out. Same old play. They've run it all night. Funston goes back, hands the ball to Hokeman. He shoots out to the left, finds a hole, and gets upfield. So got to figure out a way to get our outside linebackers across the line of scrimmage and turn that play up quicker.
Cowboys extend the lead. 3rd score in as many possessions, with 4:05 to play here in the first half. Sims is 2 for 2 on PATs tonight. Second time attempt through the west uprights. Evan holding, kick is up, and it's good.
Yeah, before tonight, Bruce, Hokeman had 86 carries for 318 yards.
4 games, quick math says 21, 22 carries per ball game, average. And he's on a roll here tonight. Hochman takes it into the end zone for score number 3 as the Cowboys extend the lead on the Bulldogs. 21-0.
Banking local, always the right call. Open any personal or business checking account with Citizens State Bank and get a free CM bags, cooler, and trunk organizer. Perfect for any road trip or tailgate. Already a satisfied Citizens State customer? Tell a friend. And when they apply, you'll both get a free gift. Don't wait. Sign up or tell a friend today. For more information or details, stop by any branch of the Citizens State Bank. Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Bruce Dierking, Mike Russell, it's Bulldog football on KNDY and BVTV tonight. We appreciate the partnership and glad to have you tuned in wherever you might be. Friday Night Lights, Saturday action with both Kansas and Kansas State tomorrow. Cats in the morning, Hawks in the evening on your affiliate stations. Abilene 21, Marysville nothing, 4:05 to play in the half. Sims with a kick, left to right. Taken by the Bulldogs at their own 12, across the 15, 20, 25, crossing the 30, fighting ahead near the 35-yard line. Got a nice return.
J.T. Becker, that was a nice job feeling his way up the field. Got to about the 34. Really good run back.
20-plus yards sets up a Bulldog 1st and 10 on their 3rd possession tonight. An offense that just hasn't been on the field a lot.
No, they've been in our backfield a lot tonight. This offensive line needs to they need to come together, and they need to do it right now. Marysville has to make a move right here before the half.
Plenty of time to work with. Clock just under 4 minutes. Schradel, the sophomore quarterback, on a keeper, tries to find room, only finds defenders at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, ran that option right, faked it to Hayfley, pulled the ball, and there was just nothing out there. Their defensive end just kind of held his ground, and they've obviously practiced against this type of offense before. He was assignment sound, we call it.
About a half yard on the spot. We'll call it second along 9.
Marysville's going to have to drop back and throw the ball a little bit if they want to get something done here.
And on second down, single wide to the near side. Schradel takes the snap under center. On a keeper again, this time to the near side. Gets across the 45. He's got a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, he pulled that ball out of Hayfley's belly that time, got out on the end, and then immediately cut up field. Made his way a little bit back to the middle. Nice run.
Brings up a 3rd and 4, manageable 3rd and 4. Clock now under 3 minutes and counting.
Gibbs and Sologic check in the game.
Bulldogs break huddle to the line, just across their own 40-yard line. Handoff up the middle, got a short gain initially, and then was pushed way back.
Yeah, they were waiting right there for Grant when he got that ball, and didn't amount to much. It ended up being 4th and 4.
It is, and will force a 3rd punt for the Bulldogs here tonight, likely anyway. Down to 2:15 remaining. You kind of hate to give the ball up with that much time left.
You don't want to give Abilene the ball right there for sure.
Timeout, and we're going to keep it here, announcing the homecoming king and queen crowned before the game tonight, Isaac Height and Aubrey Dressman. Congratulations. And a nice coronation and activities before. United Bank and Trust finish a great pulled pork meal tonight, part of the annual tailgate party celebration. Passed out some tees and T-shirts to the fans arriving. Always a part of the Bulldog homecoming tradition. We thank our partners at United Bank and Trust.
You know, Bruce, we were talking about Hochman, and last week at Rock Creek, we discussed that he had -5 yards rushing.
What a contrast.
Yes.
What a contrast.
Yes.
In fact, you quizzed me, and I'm going like, well, they might have held him under 100.
Yeah.
I missed the mark on that.
Just a little bit, but that's, man, watching that guy run the ball tonight, you'd think nobody could stop him.
And then my follow-up comment was, where do we go next week?
Right.
Rock Creek.
Right down to Rock Creek.
They are going to be a tough foe. They are a district that is growing as fast as any school in northeast Kansas. 4th down and 4 to go. Bulldogs line in punt formation. Punt is up from the 30-yard line. This is a nice one. It's the best punt so far tonight.
It was a nice punt.
Fair catch at the opposite 28-yard line where Abilene will set up shop.
That's about a 42-yard punt there, so it was a nice punt, nice coverage, fair catch.
Well, it'll push Abilene back. They've worked that slow and steady offense. If they want to expand a 3-score lead, I guess they could. 2:10 left to play. They maybe just be comfortable to go in with a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, I'd look for him to just run back there and give Hokeman the ball and let him feel his way down the field.
First down for the Cowboys, and they'll mark it from the Abilene 27.
Do have a trips formation out there. Looks like something you could run a bubble screen out of.
And Hokeman goes in motion to that far side. It's a 4-man set over there. Funston, plenty of time in the backfield.
Pick that off.
Goes over the top in the middle.
We got it.
Picked off. Bulldogs say they've got it at the opposite 45-yard line.
They both had it. Let's see who they give it to.
They're still begging for attention, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marysville's signaling it's our ball, but the referees haven't really done much. Nope.
Yep, the Abilene fans in attendance expressed their approval with the final decision. Doesn't matter what the Bulldog players are pointing
at.
They manage a completion to the 45-yard line. Great effort by Funston on the long pass. We're down to a minute 50. Clock is still rolling.
We had some D-backs up there with their hand on that ball, and when it got to the receiver, we just couldn't yank it away from him down in the pile.
Well, you mentioned earlier tonight some picks this season on Funston.
Yeah, 4 of them on him so far this year.
Funston handing to Hokeman. He's coming to the near side at the Bulldog 45, brought down at 42. That's a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, it looked like Cole Ringsdorf in on that tackle.
Importantly for the Bulldog defense, puts that clock in motion. We're down to a minute 10.
Right. They just ran that same play to Hokeman to the right. Now he's offset in the backfield, not directly behind the quarterback.
4 wides, 3 on the far side. Lateral finding Hokeman. Hokeman tripped up. That's going to be down for a short loss.
Yeah, they're trying to get him the ball out there in the flat, but we had that covered pretty well.
Bringing up a 3rd and 9. Clock stopped at 53 seconds. As Abilene takes time out, we'll keep it here. Reminding you, we've got Bulldog home and away games on the air, and we're back on the road at Rock Creek next week. Our pregame coverage begins with the Cape Reps pregame show at about 6:20, ahead of our 6:50 pregame start, and our conversation with Bulldog head coach Tony Trimble. You can also catch the coach en route to the game on our Coach's Corner, airing Friday nights at about 5:30 on KNDY.
Well, we haven't had any turnovers, not many penalties, Bruce, but we're just kind of getting manhandled out there right now on the defensive side.
The key is we just haven't had a lot of yards either.
Yeah,
you talk about nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and it's just been a real struggle for Marysville offensively tonight. Well, offensively this season, even when they can manage yards, finishing with scores. We're looking at 3 scores, 4 games, 2 shutouts.
Yep.
3rd down, 9 to go. Abilene has 53 seconds left before the end of the half. They lead by 3 scores. Pass coming to the near side is complete. Tripped up, coming inside the 45-yard line is Abilene's Heath Hokeman.
Yeah, one of the Hokeman brothers just ran a little route out in the flat, and they threw him the ball in the flat, and he just tried to make a few yards. 4th and 4.
No huddle offense on 4th down. Under a half minute remains. Funston to Hokeman, up the middle, fighting for the first down. He's got it, I believe, inside the 35, and that'll stop the clock at 20 seconds left.
Had a good collision there right up the middle. I can't tell who was in on that, but Hokeman just made it by a yard.
First down, Cowboys keeping the drive alive. Their 4th possession here tonight.
Looks like Cam Wetter maybe was in on that tackle.
Well, they took just a little bit of time off the clock there. We're down under 16 seconds. But I still see a first down. No, they're second down. Okay, they were just slow to get the change on the far side. They're second down.
Why did the clock stop?
Well, I think they took the ball and initiated a play, but it didn't move anywhere. They just stopped the clock, and I'm not sure how.
Well, it looked like he took a knee to me.
I thought the same.
I mean, I can see if he downed it or threw it on the ground, but I don't know.
However it happened, they managed to stop the clock for a 2nd and 10. Funston may be looking for one more strike in the end zone. He's thrown in the end zone twice tonight.
Yeah.
Here comes a penalty flag.
Left guard jumped.
That's a half dozen penalties against Abilene here tonight.
Did he throw that ball on the ground when he took that knee?
I didn't see it go anywhere because I was watching him stop.
Yeah.
But must have. So now 2nd and 15 with the penalty, and the clock is rolling under 15 seconds. Here's Funston rolling out far side. Pass overthrown, way overthrown on the far sideline. It's going to stop the clock with 8 seconds and change.
Yeah, Funston just took the ball, rolled out to the flat out on the left, and he had his receiver running kind of a corner route down there and just overthrew him. He covered pretty well.
Good play call, 3rd and 15 now.
Covered by number 18, Ty Hager.
Cowboys are not content to take a 3-score lead to the locker room. They're intent on punching one more across the goal line yet.
Well, they're going to kick it, I think, Bruce. That's Sims out there now, isn't it?
Wow, that's a long haul.
I think he's 1 for 3 on field goals this year. We'll see what kind of foot he has.
The hold of the snap is at the 47-yard line, and that is taken at about the 2-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
Returned by the Bulldogs out to the 30. Still on their feet. There's a flag, then a gang tackle. They have not brought that Marysville Bulldog down. Who caught that down there?
Number 7, I believe.
37.
37.
So we've got a great effort for Marysville. That was interesting, to say the very least. I don't have a 37.
Oh, maybe that was Becker. Is that 33? I think that was J.T. Becker, yeah.
Yeah. So they attempt, an uber long kick. And it comes to the Bulldogs. A great fight. I guess just enough of a dust up there at the end to make it interesting, because we're still going to the locker room with Abilene leading Marysville 21-0 at the half.
At Kramer Oil, safety always comes first. We're here to keep your home and shop warm with reliable propane delivery, which is why with your first fill-up, we perform a complimentary leak check. Your safety is our top priority, so you can rest easy knowing we've got you covered. And we're not just about safety, we're about convenience too. Need propane when you want it at a fair price? Call or text us today at 785-562-2466. We're here to serve you.
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axel Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axel Lumber.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
For top-notch service for your vehicle, look no further than Honeyman Auto Sales and Service right here in Marysville. Expert care and maintenance with fast turnaround time to ensure your vehicle runs smoothly and safely. Don't compromise on quality and get back on the road today. This is Ty Lumley with Honeyman Auto Sales and Service. You can find us on Facebook or stop by East Highway 36 in Marysville.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
At Kinsley Mortuary and our family of funeral chapels, our funeral directors are experts in helping create meaningful services that are unique and honor you or your loved one in ways that are special. Personalize a service with options that meet your expectations and budget. From traditional burial or cremation, choose from a full service, a memorial celebration, or something more private for the family. In your time of need or through advanced planning, contact Kinsley Mortuary, Haddon Funeral Chapel, Hanover Mortuary, the Axtell Landreth Funeral Home, or Ward Funeral Home.
Bruce Dierking, Mike Russell back. It's homecoming for the Marysville Bulldogs. More about that during our halftime presentation. The Marysville High dance team entertaining here at intermission tonight with the Bulldog Marching Band waiting in the wings. Glad to have you along. Our broadcast coverage on air online, on our mobile app, and on BVTV tonight, partnering with Blue Valley Technologies. Well, Mike, an Abilene first half. I don't know any other way to create the headline than say Cowboys dominate.
Yeah, Hokeman first half, really. He just ran that ball at will, got on our outside there, and then just picked through us till someone finally caught up with him. We really couldn't get anything going on offense. The Abilene defensive line was kind of in our backfield most of the first half, and, we talked about their, 7 or 8 senior starters on that Abilene offense, and the same guys play defense too. So it's just a very heavy senior-laden team, and they're showing it tonight.
Almost a little surprised to see them 2-2, but they've played a good level of competition. Losses to Clay Center and Rock Creek. Those are 2 teams in Marysville District that we have to face yet.
Yeah, like we talked earlier, Rock Creek coming up, they held Hokeman to -5 yards, and the way that guy's running tonight, that tells a little something about Rock Creek. But anyway, we got Abilene tonight. We're just going to have to figure out how to get our defensive ends up the field, turn him inside, so that the linebackers can come and make a tackle. That's the only way we're going to be able to stop him.
Abilene scored on 3 of 4 possessions, couldn't finish before the end of the half there, although they tried. They had to overcome 6 penalties in the first half. That was a little bit of a dent in their armor, but Marysville just hasn't had any time of possession tonight. They've punted away 3 times.
Yeah, we haven't been able to get anything going. That was it. First start of the second quarter, we got a procedure penalty right at first down. We just never recovered from that. And I do like how Schradel is pulling the ball now and then planting his foot at the end and getting a few positive yards. So maybe they can find something in there at halftime and work on that. Hafley hadn't had a lot of luck up the middle tonight. He had a good run in the first quarter for about 10 yards, but man, compared to the way he was getting loose in Concordia, it hasn't been very fruitful this evening up there.
Credit to the Cowboys, and I don't want to keep talking about them, but they just had so many moments worth mentioning in that first half. They had back-to-back penalties, pushed them back to, what was it, like first down and 30 or something like that, and they were able to overcome and keep that drive alive.
Yeah, and we talked about that when it was 3rd and 25, and we said they'll probably go for it even if they don't get it if it's 4th and 10, and sure enough, it was 4th and 14, what'd they do? Throw a little hook route, first down.
Then an interesting dust up there at the end. Things were just getting a little wild and woolly. I guess we finally decided that Funston did have the ball and was able to stop the clock by putting the ball down to the ground. But then an interesting try at a field goal from midfield, and that goes to the Bulldogs for a decent return. But that's the end of the half.
Becker brings that ball out. The clock runs out. There was a penalty anyway. But that was an odd little sequence there.
Cowboys strike first, just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. On their opening drive from the kick, Funston finds Levi Evan on a 17-yard touchdown pass. Brandon Sims with the PAT for the early 7-0 count. Their second possession, a score early second quarter, 11:13 to play in the half. 32-yard pass from Funston to Heath Hokeman. Sims on the PAT extends the lead 14-0. Lane Hokeman on a 4-yard carry to the end zone. His only trip in the end zone, although he's racked up a ton of yards tonight. Hokeman on the score, Sims on another PAT for the 21-0 Abilene lead at Marysville at the half tonight.
The Corner Bistro and Diner, formerly the Empty Cup in Marysville, has you covered. They've got all your favorites: delicious breakfast, mouth-watering sandwiches, sizzling barbecue, fresh-made pizza, and hearty entrees. Plus, don't forget their specialty coffee bar, the sweet treats, and pastries to start your day right. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9, and Sunday and Monday, 7 a.m. to 3. Come down to the Corner Bistro and Diner, where great food and good company meet. Follow them on Facebook for updates.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. President Trump calls it unprecedented, a Hamas announcement on his Gaza peace plan. In a video on his Truth Social page,
everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that.
Hamas says it's willing to release all remaining hostages if Israel withdraws from Gaza and what it calls proper field conditions are met. Hamas also agrees to hand over control of the Gaza Strip to a Palestinian body that other Arab nations support. President Trump says Israel must stop bombing the Gaza Strip in response. Keeping the federal government from reopening, a Senate impasse. Democrats want Protection for Affordable Care Act tax credits and Medicaid cuts restored. 4 years and 2 months in prison and a $500,000 fine is the sentence for Sean Diddy Combs from a federal judge in New York City. Combs convicted of prostitution-related charges. This is ABC News. His attorney says actor Tyrese Gibson turned himself in at a Georgia jail and has already posted bail. He was wanted on a warrant for cruelty to animals for the death of a neighbor's dog. Food and Drug Administration has given approval for a generic form of the abortion pill, despite the health secretary wanting to look into the drug.
Just last week, Kennedy pledged to conduct a review of women's access to abortion pills. Since the end of Roe v. Wade, at least 16 states have banned nearly all abortions, but some people in those states have still been able to get access to
prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeastern Nebraska. Lows dip down to about 67 tonight under clear skies. Mainly sunny skies. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 86. Clear skies tomorrow night. Lows dip down to about 66. Mid-80s Sunday with a slight chance for storms. Turning much cooler Monday with highs in the upper 60s. Storms continue. I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Currently, it's 79 degrees.
Hey, this is Katie Jeter with KNDY Radio. I am here again with head girls golf coach Emily Ehrlich. So, Emily, you have one more meet left until regionals. What are your goals or expectations for this last meet?
We go to Marshall's tournament in Atchison Wednesday, October 8th. I'm really hoping to get some momentum going with getting our scores down and with our confidence leading into regionals.
Do you have any expectations or goals set going into regionals?
My biggest goal would be to qualify as a team for state. We've got a good shot of doing so this year. We've got a lot of strong players, even though we only have 5 on our team. Each one is a strong golfer in her own right. So we've got a good shot of qualifying as a team. And I would really like to see Olivia, that you make it a third time to state, and Zoe Zetterman as well, to get to go to state this year.
And how is the team preparing differently for regionals compared to the regular season?
At this point in the season, each girl knows what she needs to work on, whether that's working on not hitting it right or not hitting it left, or if she needs to strengthen one particular part of her game, like really working on getting those 3 putts down to the 2 putts. We're doing a lot of driving practice as well into our practice routine.
How do you keep the players focused under the added pressure of regionals?
So we review a lot of the rules. Golf has a lot of little rules, and a lot of the specific situations that these rules come up, you don't even think about until you're in it. So we do a lot of reviewing of the specific rules, because regionals is a lot different than most of our in-season tournaments, because at regionals it's all USGA rules, and you don't get to take advantage of any local rules that courses may have. So just that added pressure of having to know what to do in each situation just really adds an extra element to regionals. So we really try to front load all of that heading into that day, so the girls feel confident and prepared.
Is there someone on the team that you think will qualify for state, and who would that be and why?
I am confident that Olivia Deaver and Zoe Zetterman can qualify for state individually. They're both very driven. They're both very dedicated and put in a lot of extra time and effort into improving each and every week. And they're both really big hitters. I always laugh because they can always outdrive their coach. So I have every confidence that they are both capable of qualifying individually.
As the season comes to an end, would you want to give your team any advice, especially for the seniors on your team?
I'd say one of the biggest things that we work on in golf is just improving mental strength, and that is half of what golf is learning how to handle all of the ups and downs, and I think that that's a really good metaphor for life, and I think that learning how to deal with that adversity is something that will really serve them as they move on into their next chapter in their lives.
And that was head girls golf coach Emily Ehrlich. Let's cheer on the golf team at their last golf tournament of the season as they go into regionals. This has been Katie Jeter with KNDY Radio.
Friday night football kickoffs. Marysville back home. It's homecoming, hosting Abilene. Live on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Washington County is host to Clifton Clyde, live on KNDY FM 95.5. Valley Heights entertains Bennington. Hanover host to Blue Valley. Frankfort travels to Thunder Ridge. Axtell host to Wakefield. Lynn is home to St. John's Beloit. Centralia at Mauer Hill. Giller Odell at Sterling, and Southern will host Thayer Central.
Grab your purple and white, pound the stone, and eat 'em up, KSU.
It is caught. Touchdown, Kansas State.
The Wildcats play here.
It is good.
Join us Saturday as the Wildcats head to Waco for Big 12 action against Baylor. Our coverage begins at 9 a.m. on your home for Kansas State Wildcat football.
Your home for legendary country music and K-State Wildcat football. Classic Country 1570 and 94.1 FM KNDY.
Since 1886, it's been the two words we live by and the chant we live to cheer. We hear all season as the Jayhawks hit the turf.
Touchdown, Kansas.
Join us this Saturday as the Jayhawks soar to Orlando, Florida to throw down with UCF on your home for Kansas Jayhawk football.
Your home for today's country and Jayhawk football. Today's country, 95.5 KNDY.
Bruce Dierking, Mike Russell back. Abilene Cowboys lead the Marysville Bulldogs 21-0 at the half. Cowboys score on their first drive from the opening kick, just under 6 minutes to play. Kagan Funston to Levi Evan on a 17-yard touchdown strike. Kagan Funston to Heath Hokeman just beginning the second quarter. That was a 32-yard touchdown pass. And then Lane Hokeman, who's been their big runner tonight, scores from 4 yards out with just over 4 minutes to play. A 21-0 first half lead for Abilene. Around the NCKL, Rock Creek leading Clay Sutter tonight 24-7. Marysville faces both those teams in district play at Rock Creek a week from tonight. Concordia Chapman were scoreless the end of one. I've got a 20-20 tie at the half, but haven't been able to confirm that. We know they were scoreless end of one quarter. And Wamego leads Mueller 14-7. Meanwhile, in our Friday feature game, Washington County hosting Clifton Clyde. Tigers trail 12-6 at the half. Max Blasky's got that live tonight on KNDY FM 95.5. Homecoming festivities earlier tonight. The Queen candidates, Rochelle Mick, Ellie Schoenberger, Aubrey Dressman, McCartney Smith, and Casey Rush. King candidates, Eli Sidlacek, Carter Wassenberg, Grant Hafley, Corbin Becker, and Isaac Height. The King, Isaac Height, the Queen, Aubrey Dressman, crowned earlier tonight during homecoming festivities.
This is Stacy Latta, your local farmer's insurance agent. Proud to be a Marysville Bulldog booster. Whether it's your home, car, or family's future, we're here to help you protect what matters most. As part of this community, I'm dedicated to serving my neighbors with personal service and reliable coverage for your needs. Call me at 785-562-5169 or stop by and see me. Stacy Latta, your local farmer's insurance agent today. And go Bulldogs!
Underwritten by Farmers, Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges, and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Donut Day is coming! Donut Day? What's that? Free donuts for Blue Valley customers.
October is National Cooperative Month, and Blue Valley Technologies is here to celebrate. Swing by on Friday, October 24th, before work or school for donuts, coffee, and hot apple cider. Drive through our west parking lot from 7 to 10 a.m. The first 25 people through get a free stocking hat.
At the half here tonight, Marysville trailing Abilene 21-0. Teams are back on the field, and we're set for second half action. With a reminder, we've got college action tomorrow. Kansas State's, I believe, at 9 o'clock start on the pregame. Right here on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Kansas, a 6 o'clock pregame on our sister station, FM 95.5. Stay tuned later tonight. All the scores on the area games, North Central Kansas League, Twin Valley League. Those scores on the Farm Bureau and Short Scoreboard Show later tonight. It'll be Abilene kicking off to Marysville as we get the second half underway here tonight. Our broadcast coverage is service of our KNDY Sports Booster Club members. Taken by the Bulldogs inside their 15, return across the 20, 25, bouncing off a couple defenders, still running on the far side across the 30, 35, 40, far sideline at the 45-yard line. That is a great return for Marysville. J.T. Becker getting her done, brings it out to the Bulldog 43-yard line. How's that for a start in the second half?
JT's got a gift there for returning punts and kicks. I like to watch him run the ball up there. He just took that thing and made his way over to the right up the sideline. Good run. Looks like, what are we on, the 43?
Yeah, see if something like that, that kind of a great return can set the tone.
Yeah, it's
Bulldogs
good
come out of the huddle with a lot of enthusiasm. Single wide to the near side. Tradle under center. Getting the second half underway. It's Grant Hafley on a short loss. Initially stopped about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Then he pushed him back another couple.
Yeah, it came out in the I formation there, Bruce, and we're still trying to run that triple option, but we just, that tackle met Hafley right in the hole and stopped it up immediately.
Could have been a lot worse than a loss of a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Absolutely.
Red and black marching right to left on this, their fourth possession in the ball game. They punted the ball away 3 times in the first half. Marysville winless, 4 starts this season. Neal Hall Central, Hiawatha. What was game 3? Concordia last week. Wamego in the middle. Meanwhile, Abilene's 2-2. Here comes Tradle with a late pitch off to the far side. Not a lot of room to work over there. Might have got a yard or 2.
Yeah, Abilene, I tell you what, they've got assignments. Tackle the ball carrier on the line of scrimmage. They got the end on the quarterback. They tackled Schrader, whether he has the ball or not. They took him to the ground. We pitched the ball out to, I believe it was Wetter, maybe.
It was Cam Wetter for
Cam Wetter, and just nothing there. They had it covered, all 3 options, covered like a glove.
3rd and 10 with a smothering Abilene defense here tonight. Abilene lost their opener to Clay Center 14-7. That was close. Then they defeat Chapman 16-12. That was close. They edged Concordia 27-23. That was real close. Fell to Rock Creek last week 28-14. Here's Schradle dropping back to pass. Scampers on his own coming near side. Crossing the 45-50 into Cowboy territory inside the 45. He's out of bounds near sideline. And there's a late flag on the near side. I think that's going to be another one on the Cowboys.
Yeah, it looks like personal foul, but Grady just dropped back there, was going to throw the ball, didn't have anything, so he just outran him to the sidelines. And yeah, it looks like a 15-yard gain at least before the penalty.
It's another sign of spirit. We saw sophomore J.T. Becker with that great return. We see a sophomore Grady Schradle on a great run. They got some youngsters stepping up saying, we want to make a statement here tonight and turn this second half around.
Yeah, Marysville's got a future. You know, these guys are going to get better and better every game they play in. So it looks like a personal foul out there. I don't know what he did. Maybe shoved Schradel when he was in the out of bounds. But personal foul, 15 yards, 1st and 10 on the 26 going in.
Yeah, this is some new signs of life for the Bulldog fans here tonight. Opening possession in the second half. Schradel under center. Twin backs, I formation. Fake to the first back. Schradel on a keeper. Diving right side of center. He's ahead to the 23-yard line. That's about a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's just Schradel's just doing what we've been talking about for several games. He's riding that mesh there with Grant, pulling it out of his belly and then getting to the end and stepping upfield. So that was good for about a 3-yard gain.
Consistently find those gains, and you can put a few points on the scoreboard and turn this ball game at least in the right direction. It's 2nd and 7. Single wide, far side. Schradel on a keeper, following near side. He's inside the 20. That's going to be 4 yards.
Same play to the left side, Bruce. Just ride Hafley in there and pull the ball. I'm not very good at math, but 3 times 4 equals 12. We could do that all night, couldn't we?
It's going to bring up 3rd and a manageable 3. As deep as Marysville has driven in the Cowboy red zone here. Clock rolling under 9 minutes to play. We're just underway second half.
Back in the flex bone, it looks like.
Schradel under center on the dive forward, nearly to the 15-yard line. If he gets the spot, I don't know that he will. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down. It's 4th and less than a yard. 4th and about a foot. Ouch.
Well, he didn't get a very good spot on that.
No, not at all.
But man, he was running hard on that. Just took a step off the left, followed the left guard right up the field.
Timeout on the field. Is this a team timeout or official timeout?
I think they're going to measure it.
They are. 8:26 remains, third quarter, and a 21-0 Abilene lead here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that spot, but we're going to get some chains on it and take a look at it.
Well, they're coming all the way to the near side hash mark, and that depth perception, if we will, has changed things more than once.
Yeah. That looks like that's about as close as you can get. There you go, first down.
Wow, absolutely, by the nose of the football. And again, we're looking all the way across the field, and it looks like maybe a half yard short, but winds up inches ahead for a first down. Yeah. That is huge.
Yeah, that was a big play for the Dogs. That's a good confidence builder.
Again, Marysville takes the opening kick here in the second half, as consistent a drive as they've had all night long, facing a first down now at the Cowboy 16-yard line. Stutter step move on the near side. Here comes the flag. Run up the middle for a couple of yards if it stands.
Yeah,
That's Grant Hafley on the carry.
Illegal motion there. We had 2 backs moving at the same time, and they didn't get set before the ball was snapped.
So, a Marysville penalty, kind of an inopportune time when you start to get a little of that wind in your sails.
Yeah, that will shut down a drive fairly quickly, and we talked about that earlier. They've been doing a good job not getting penalties at these crucial moments.
Brings it back 5 yards to the 21. It's 1st and 15.
Yep.
Hafley's the lone setback. Schradel under center. Shotty goes in motion. Schradel on a keeper. He's in trouble.
Yeah, he faked that ball to Hafley, and then he took a step back and was going to go, faked it to the right and was going to go left, and that defensive lineman was just right there. I don't know why they got back into the flex bone. They were running the I formation there and marched it down the field here, and then they went back to the flex bone. So obviously they have their reasons.
Step back, and yeah, you mentioned that, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's 2nd and 17. Schradel with a pitch. Here's Cam Wetter on a pass.
Oh, yes.
Over the top to the end zone. It's in the end zone for a score.
Hey.
Cam Wetter.
Little halfback pass there to Wetter. They just pitched the ball to Wetter like he was going to run a sweep, and was it, I think it was Brody Lawrence that was running a fly or a poster out into the end zone, caught the ball, and touchdown Bulldogs. Nicely done.
Bulldogs strike first in this second half with a renewed enthusiasm. They're on the board with 7:30 remaining. Attempting a PAT, their first such effort here tonight. It's Cole Ringstorff out there. Through the east uprights, it's going to be wide and low, but Marysville's on the board, trailing Abilene 21-6.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools, along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our communities.
A different look, Marysville Bulldog offense in this second half. They get a great return by Becker, setting up good field position. Schradel comes out, he gets a nice run, brings it into Cowboy territory. Then a consistent, persistent move. They overcome a late 5-yard penalty and send it to the end zone as Cam Witter finds Brody Lawrence.
Yeah, they just changed their offense up a little bit, went to the I formation, which you can still run that triple option out of, and kind of maybe caught Abilene kind of looking and wondering, and got down there close and threw a little halfback pass at him for a touchdown.
Nate Shoddy will line the kick for the Bulldogs right to left. A gusty south wind earlier today has all but diminished. The flag is just kind of limp out there right now. Beautiful evening. Drifting to the far side, rolling out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Should be on the 35, out of bounds on the kick.
And we'll remind you, it's homecoming tonight. And a number of activities planned yet. The alumni has activities at Venue 36. That goes on till 11 o'clock tonight. We hope you'll join us after the game tonight. If you're not a member of the Alumni Association, find their website, find their social media. They'd love to hear all the Bulldog fans back as they put some new life into the Alumni Association. They're going to give school tours tomorrow. We're going to join them about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, see the junior senior high, which doesn't look a lot like the late 70s when we were there.
Yeah, it's
School
changed.
tours are open tomorrow from 1 to 4. They're open to anyone, so come on down.
Beautiful job redoing this school.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Here come the Cowboys. Hopeman to the far side. Picks up a hard-fought 3, maybe 4 yards.
That was a little better look defensively for us. He didn't really have all the holes out there, I thought. I was going to mention, I was kind of, it'd be interesting to see what kind of defensive adjustments they made at halftime to stop one of the Hopeman brothers.
Well, the offense came out firing, got the score. Here's Abilene on their first possession in the second half. We're 5 minutes in. They lead 21-6.
Spreading our D-backs out with his trips right.
And a pitch to the right. It's Hopeman following a block on the near side. He slows down, crossing the 40. Going to pick up 4 yards on that to the 39.
Yeah, it looked like Grant Hafley maybe in on that tackle, and Cole Ringstorff was in on it too. They stretched him out there to the corner. We actually had a chance to get him in the backfield. He just kind of outran our contained guy.
And it's 3rd and 4 for the Cowboys. Three wides, Twins on the far side. Funston looking that way. Pass to the middle. Across midfield. It's going to be an easy first down. He finds Levi Evan in Bulldog territory at the 47.
We talked about Levi Evan before the game, his top receiver, and that's who he goes to when he needs a first down. He's done it at least twice on specific need for a first down. He's gone to Evan.
Evan was the target on the first of 2 touchdown passes in the first half for Funston. Cowboys break into Bulldog territory here, just under 6 minutes to play, middle of the third quarter.
And Marysville really needs to get some pressure on him because he's just standing back there and picking his receiver out, taking his time, throwing it right on target.
Motion going across is Gabe Nichols. Hand off to Hopeman. He's inside the 40, not quite to a first down, but close.
Yeah, nice tackle by Cam Wetter, flowing out there as a linebacker. It's that same play they ran the whole first half, Bruce. They just take the ball back and hand it to Hopeman. He picks his way left or right for got 8 yards that time.
Yeah, on a first down run. How about that?
Got to find a way to stop him.
Second down for the Cowboys.
Let's see.
4 wide split. Here goes motion with Heath Hopeman. Funston on a clap, takes the snap. Gives to Lane Hopeman, far side. He's in trouble. They got him down for a loss that time.
Great play by Cam Wetter. He just, they must be pulling a guard out there, and it looks like Wetter just stepped where the guard was, got in the backfield, and ran Hopeman down from behind. So that was very good pursuit by the linebacker.
Loss of 3 brings up 3rd and 5. Abilene looking a little confused out there in the huddle now.
Yeah, they're
bringing the play in from the far sideline, but there was just a lot of, hesitation out there, in contrast to what we'd seen earlier tonight.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are playing good right now.
On 3rd and 5, here's the shotgun snap. And a pass, far side. If it's in bounds, good for a first down.
Just quick out route to number 10, Nolan Wilkins. Funston in the shotgun, takes the ball, waits for him to make a break, and throws it just as he breaks into his route, just past the first down marker.
Abilene has been very effective tonight, just keeping these drives alive.
Yeah.
And it's first down at the Bulldog 36.
They just punch and punch and punch at you and take 5-10 yards at a time.
Under 4 minutes and counting. 21-6 Abilene, third quarter. Funston on a keeper this time, coming to the near side. Still hasn't crossed the line of scrimmage. He's brought down, no gain.
Cole Ringstorff gets in the backfield there, grabs a leg, and knocks him down. Looks like Funston just was feeling his way to the right. He had Hopeman out there to pitch to, but he was just going to try to find a hole and get upfield, and Ringstorff grabbed him by the ankles and got him to the ground.
Seeing a lot more consistency in the second half of the defense.
Yeah. Marysville's D-backs do a good job of tackling out in space. It seems like it's not anything spectacular, but they get them to the ground. They seem to, if they can get a hand on them.
2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Hopeman behind Funston, takes the snap and hands to Hopeman. Far side, cuts 35, brings it ahead to the 32-yard line. That's going to be 5 yards on the pickup.
Yeah, a host of Bulldogs in on that tackle. It was just a little dive to the left, and old Heath Hopeman made a great block on, I think it was one of our linebackers as he came out there to flow with the traffic, kind of blindsided him.
And you discovered Lane and Heath are twins.
Yeah, I went down and asked the Abilene crew, and they said, sure. One's a lot bigger than the other.
It's going to be 3rd and about 6, actually. Bulldog fans trying to make some noise here. Funston rolling to the far side. He scampers out of bounds, picks up a short couple of yards, gets inside the 30, but Tegan Funston was forced to scramble.
Yeah, 4th and 4?
In that range.
Yeah, Funston just got out there, got on the corner. He was getting run down by our linebackers in the backside D-end. And then he made a dive, but I think he had stepped out of bounds, like you said, Bruce, before he got into that part of his run.
Doesn't get a great spot. He's actually past the 30-yard line, so it's 4th and a solid 4.
Yeah. Marysville needs to turn them back here one time.
Here we go. The Bulldog fans making some noise. They want to be a part of this. Timeout on the field. Timeout Cowboys. 2:21 remains in the third. Score remains 21-6.
Bruno Law, LLC in Marysville and Seneca can assist with civil litigation, including accidents, injury insurance claims, business or real estate disputes, estate planning, including wills, trusts, and estate administration, and business and succession planning, as well as real estate contracts, deeds, and escrow services. Contact Anthony Bruno with Bruno Law, LLC, with offices in Marysville and in Seneca.
2:21 remains in this third quarter. Abilene 21, Marysville 6. Cowboys score on three of four possessions in the first half. 17 32-yard touchdown passes for Funston. Lane Hoekman gets their third score from 4 yards out. Marysville's Grady Schradel finds Cam Winter on a pass to Brody Lawrence for 21 yards on the Bulldogs' first score, their first possession in the second half. And you could tell they tightened things up, the intermission.
Yeah, they made some good adjustments at halftime. We need to stop them right here, get a good fourth down stop and get that ball back, try to march it back down there.
Can't let them pull you offside. Fourth down and 4. Funston takes the snap. Looking, makes a pass. Overthrown. Would have been first down if he could have brought it down, but that was high on the pass to Levi Evan.
Yeah, Levi was curled up there just past the first down marker again, but there was a good little pressure back there on Funston by Marysville's D-line and D-ends that made him hurry the throw. It was a little high, so here we go, Bulldog football.
Turnover on downs gives Marysville possession with 2:16 to play in the third. Now, if they can engineer a nice drive downfield as they did on their first possession after halftime, you've got a ball game again.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Hafley get loose on one of these up the middle. I think it's going to happen sometime soon.
Breaking quickly from huddle. Schradel takes the snap, late pitch. Stutter step move on the far side. I believe it's Nick Shoddy.
Yeah, it's just option right, and I think Grady needs to take that ball maybe more to the defensive end. It looks like he's fading back into the backfield a little bit, and it just causes you to be way back behind the line of scrimmage when you get it. So the key to running that triple option is to keep your quarterback as near the line of scrimmage as you can keep him, and then make the pitch from there. But, I couldn't run it like he runs it. He does a pretty good job running that option.
Loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14. Wide to the near side. Schradel on a keeper, crossing the 30.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Got back what they lost on the previous play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, back to the original line of scrimmage, I meant.
I knew where you were headed.
Okay.
3rd down, Bulldogs.
Haven't seen that inside reverse in a while, Bruce. Maybe Coach Trimble will dig that out of the archives here. They're back in that I formation, though.
Clock continues to roll, under a minute left. Spin for Schradel and a pitch to his lone back. This is Grant Hafley, spun down at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, I think they pitched that back there to Cam Wetter, and he just kind of was trying to feel his way out there, and there really wasn't anything, and they got run down from behind.
Brings up 4th and 10. Will force a 4th punt for Marysville in 5 possessions here tonight. Under a half minute and counting in this third quarter.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of luck on that possession.
And a positive trend. The punts have gotten better and better each time. And here's another one decent. Taken on, I thought a fair catch. No. Kind of dives on that ball at the 35-yard line, and that one just about squirted away.
That's why, as a special teams player, you should not relax just because that guy's going to fair catch it, because that ball was on the ground for anybody. If we'd have been looking him in his eyeballs there, we might have had a chance to get it. But like you said, Alex Shields punting the ball pretty well. That was close to 40 yards again, I think.
Good to see him back.
Yes.
Had an injury situation, didn't play the first month of the season. First down, Cowboys at their own 36-yard line with just under 12 seconds here in this third quarter. 2-score lead for the visitors from Abilene. Funston in the gun. No hurry here. Holtman up the middle to the 40. 4-yard pickup on first down.
Just straight dive there between the guard and tackle on the left side, and Holtman just put his head down. Looks like he got about 4 or 5.
That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Abilene leading at Marysville 21-6.
Freeman Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high quality coverage and service all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Looking for a solid career in construction? Inline Construction is now hiring, from skilled carpenters to hardworking laborers. Mileage paid to and from the job site, health insurance, retirement benefits, and even a free cafeteria plan for lunches. At Inline Construction, your hard work builds more than projects. It builds your future. Apply today and join the Inline Construction team.
Abilene leading Marysville 21-6, end of 3 quarters here. Look at this Concordia-Chapman game. They were scoreless into the first quarter. Each team scored 20 points in the second quarter, and they were scoreless in the third quarter. It's 20-20 at the end of 3. Concordia and Chapman are tied. Rock Creek leading Clay Center at the half, 24-7, while Miga was leading Bueller at the half, 14-7. Here at second down and 5 to go for the Cowboys. Tegan Funston goes to Lane Hochman. Bouncing off defenders near side, has an easy first down and then some, but still in Cowboy territory. He brings it to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a dive to the right side of the offensive line of scrimmage, and Hochman just saw the left side kind of collapse and open up, so he shot that way, and we brought him down, but he did get a first down.
Ty Hager on the stop for MHS. Cowboys at the midfield stripe. They had 3 scores in the first half on 4 possessions. Scoreless thus far in the second half.
Yeah, we need to keep Hochman contained there. He's starting to run a little wild again on us here.
Gaggle of 3 wides, now a 4th one on the far side. Funston's going to be alone in the backfield, firing to the far side. A drop by Hochman over there. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little bubble screen out there, had trips right, put Hochman in motion, and Funston just took the snap, immediately threw it to him, and he was looking downfield instead of looking at the ball.
He was. I was going to say the same thing. He just wasn't paying attention over there.
Yeah. Would have had a pretty good play, I think.
Brings up second down.
I'm glad we didn't get to see it.
Second down, and the Bulldogs are down 2 scores. This ball game is a long way from over, with over 11 minutes left.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're watching Abilene football, you need to just keep your eye on 20 because he touches the ball a lot.
A little different set here. It's 20. Hochman up the middle. No gain.
Yeah,
well, might have got to the 50, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, maybe a yard. Nice play by our defensive line there. Looks like Bush may be in on that tackle.
Swallowed up in the middle.
Yeah, but Moni Bush just stood his guy up and grabbed Hochman on that dive.
3rd and a long 9. Here's Abilene slowing the tempo some in the second half.
Last time they tried to dive up the middle, they went and threw a tight end post route, faked that dive and threw it to their tight end.
Here's Funston looking for a receiver. Goes far side. It's complete for a first down inside the Marysville 40-yard line. Funston getting it done when he needs to tonight.
Yeah, is that
Evan?
Evan again, yeah. Guess what, Bruce? He went 11 yards and curled up and got a first down. Yeah, that is definitely his favorite receiver.
Senior and senior. Pretty good tandem.
Yep.
First down at the Marysville 39. We're down to 10 minutes and counting. It's 21-6 Abilene.
This would be an accomplishment. If Marysville just keeps Abilene out of the end zone in the second half, that'd be a big accomplishment.
Hand to Hochman, the lone back, near side. Comes across the 40, 35, ahead of the 30. And he's got a first down.
Yep, same play, just went back and handed it to him. There was student body left. They just tried to string everybody out, and he's gritty enough to just kind of slide through people, and you can't hand tackle him. You can't grab him by the jersey and bring him down. You got to get on his feet, and he good for another first down.
So absolutely effective here tonight. It's almost like he programs it in. He says, I need 10-plus yards, and I get 11.
That's right.
28-yard line, first down Cowboys. Second possession here in the second half. Twin wides on the far side. Funston looks that way. Pass incomplete, broken up the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they faked the dive to Hokeman that time and then threw a backside post. We had good coverage by our D-backs there, and the ball ended up on the ground.
Going to his target, Levi Evan.
Yep.
Incomplete pass brings up second down.
I thought for a minute he got behind us, but we were able to cover some ground and get back in there and make a play. Looks like somebody down out there.
Yeah, I got an equipment timeout, I think.
Yep.
J.T. Becker from Marysville out there. An official timeout, we'll call it with 9:13 remaining as Abilene leads Marysville 21-6.
He may be cramping up.
Your next car search ends at Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville. This is Andrew Crownover, and we vow to offer the largest selection of vehicles with the lowest prices in the area. But our commitment to satisfaction doesn't stop there, with service to all the vehicles you own. For outstanding selection, unmatched prices, and reliable service, call on Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville or online at crownoverautosales.com.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
Patrick Booty in Marysville is your local agent with Marshall County Farm Bureau Insurance and Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Patrick Booty, Bryce Leonard, Nate Welch, Farm Bureau agents. Our sponsors on the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show. Game nights, listen for scores twice each hour. Second down and 10 to go. J.T. Becker came off the field momentarily. I expect he'll be back. Funston taking a snap. Give to Hokeman, nothing doing up the middle. He stopped cold there. Kind of a slow handoff.
Yeah, that was a strange-looking play, Bruce. It looked like nobody even blocked anybody on it, and it was a weird formation. Tried to do that dive to the right, and we were just standing in their backfield and grabbed him.
Alex Shield there on the stop. They're in a long 10. 8:45 remains in the ball game. Abilene 21, Marysville 6. Cowboys all three scores in the first half. Marysville's had the lone second half score. Cowboys going 4 wide, 3 on the far side. Hokeman offset, takes the pitch. Stutter step move on the far side, inside the 25 to the 20. Here's a late flag.
Looks like a hold again, Bruce. He just took that ball right to the defensive end, pitched to Oakman, and up the field he went. But it looks like somebody was grabbing a jersey out there, so we're going to back them up.
Cowboys haven't had the series of penalties they had earlier tonight. I think total, though, they're at 8.
Yeah, that's 3, maybe 4 holding penalties so far.
Right. Stops the clock with 8:25 to play. Again, we'll be back on the road at Rock Creek next week. Here's the rest of the schedule for Marysville. At Rock Creek next Friday, then coming home to Chapman on the 17th, hosting Clay Center for senior night on the 24th, ahead of week 9, opponent to be announced. Well, the other big announcement last week, and I really hadn't had time to talk about it tonight, I won't on this series either, but Marysville's going to Class 2A next season. Hold the phone on that. 3rd and long after the holding penalty. Sending Hokeman off to the far side. He'll have 5 wides. Funston alone, taking shotgun snap. Pass. It's picked off at the 15. Return across the 20, 30. Near side, Grant Hafley crossing the 40. He's taken down.
Grant Hafley picked that off and ran it up the right sideline, and then Abilene grabbed him while he was out of bounds, threw him on the ground, so they're going to tack another 15 on top of that.
Wow, talk about a big turn of events. This again with plenty of time left in a 2-score ball game. There's over 8 minutes remaining. And we're going to sort this out at midfield, but great pick, second pick tonight of Funston.
Yeah, we talked about that. He's thrown several interceptions in his, looks like they're going to wave that flag off, Bruce.
Well, nonetheless, if we get the ball at midfield, you've got excellent position.
Yeah.
And get that offense to clicking like they did some on that
Yeah, it
First
doesn't
start
look,
after the half.
doesn't look like the Marysville coaches are very happy with waving that flag off. But, hey, we got the ball back, stopped them on their drive. Let's go back to work.
Yeah, you're right. They're still chewing on the ear of the officials on the near sideline.
I can guarantee you they're not going to reverse the reversal.
Nope. Bulldog possession, though, on the turnover, and they'll take it at the Bulldog 44-yard line.
Great play by the Marysville defense. Just drop him back there, put some pressure on him, and he threw it up in the air, and good interception.
Sophomore Grady Schradel comes in, starting quarterback, under center. On a keeper, near side, diving to the 49-yard line. That's going to be a 5-yard pickup.
I think that was going to be a counter option, but everybody was countering the opposite direction. The back went left. Grady countered and went back to the right, and somehow the wingback made a block on him, turned that into a 4-yard gain. So
didn't quite get the spot I initially thought in 2nd and 6.
But we'll take that.
Absolutely. Lawrence and Ringstorff bring the play in. 2nd and 6. Trying to break into Cowboy territory. Middle of the 4th quarter. Here's Schradel. Bouncing off one, then meeting a second defender. There's flags all over out there on the tackle.
We might have a holding penalty on us now. That was that play that Grady takes the ball, just steps back in the backfield, lets things kind of clear out, and then heads up the middle, and there just was nowhere to go.
Nope. Penalty flag here, stopping the clock at 7:15.
Oh, how about that?
Not what you expected, right?
Face mask. You're going to mark 15 off here for personal foul.
Cowboy coach Brad Nix absolutely has to be concerned with the penalties adding up tonight.
Boy, they've had a bunch tonight.
And look at this. This puts Marysville down at the Cowboy 37, where it's first down.
Yeah, we get the ball in the end zone here, and we got us a ball game.
Wetter goes in motion. Far side, he's wrapped up for a short loss. Tripped up, I should say.
Yeah, 74, Pierce Castile just stepped through the line and almost got there when Wetter got the ball in his hand. Made the tackle right away, so loss of what, 3?
Yep. 2nd and short 13 brings the ball to the Cowboy 40-yard line. Not that time is a critical factor, but you don't want to waste a lot of time out there. They're kind of, I won't say piddling around in the huddle, but
like
they're not in efficiency mode.
Right. Looks like they were trying to run that reverse look again when that play got blown up.
Blown wide to the near side. Here comes motion off the left side. Pass complete, and a little reverse. Going to Cam Wetter.
Yeah.
They went to Brody Lawrence. Lawrence goes to Wetter. He's got a first down. Out of bounds, the 24-yard line.
Yeah, a little flea flicker right. Lawrence runs a hook and then pitches it to Wetter.
Here's efficiency, no huddle offense. Grady Schradel lost it on the snap, diving back on the ball, but the Cowboys are pointing the other way.
Oh, my.
Let him sort it out.
Yeah.
Don't make the call before the official does.
The referee sure doesn't seem to.
No, I think they're going to give it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, they got a break, though, that time.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Sometimes that hurry up gets you in trouble, but I don't know.
Maybe saw that line surging at the snap, and Grady actually had to sneak in there if he got back on the ball.
Yeah.
It was a blessing. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They may think the clock's running down, so they need to get some plays run here.
And here's a handoff to Hafley. No, a fake. Play went over to the far side, not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're not getting any blocking on their backers, and they're just flowing with the play and getting in our backfield. So
loss of 2.
It was just an option left and pitched it to Wetter. Nothing.
3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs, who had really high hopes, getting the ball on the turnover, but right now kind of struggling to get the productive yards they need consistently.
It might be time to just throw the ball a little bit here,
3rd and 12. Schradel on a pitch. Here comes a pass.
That's pass interference.
Down to the goal line, but we've got a flag down there at the goal line.
Yeah, Bruce, they were running that halfback pass again, and the defensive back just ran into our receiver, and that's definitely pass interference.
And I don't know who was receiving down there. He's got leg cramps.
Yeah, probably, is it T.J. Becker? No, who is that? 4, that's Brody, isn't it?
Yeah, Brody Lawrence.
Yep.
They got him back up in a hurry.
Yeah.
That has to hurt. I've had leg cramps, and this second or third one of these tonight, they're going to bring him off on the sideline and try to work it out. They don't want to stop that, the play there. Right now, Marysville's got a lot of momentum going on, and we're going to sort out a flag, taking it deep down to, the 11-yard line.
Yeah, another 15-yard penalty on the Cowboys.
Abilene is just killing themselves. First and 10. It's actually close to the 12.
Yep.
Clock at 4:45. Marysville's down 21-6. Put a second score on the board, though. It's a one-score ball game.
Yeah, I need to get this in the end zone.
Absolutely. And we had the stoppage of play out there.
Timeout Abilene, yep.
Cowboys lead 21-6 when we come back.
Don't have time to stop by a bank to open an account? No problem. With United Bank and Trust, we make it easy by bringing our bank to you. Whether you're at home, at work, or anywhere you have access to a computer, simply go to ubankonline.com and click on the Open an Account icon. Save time by opening an account online with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC.
Cowboys lead the Bulldogs 21-6. Last couple of scores we had were interesting out of the NCKL as Concordia Chapman were tied at 20 at the end of 3. Rock Creek leading Clay Sutter 24-7. Wamego ahead of Mueller 14-7. That was a halftime score. And Max Lasky's got a dandy 12-6 Clifton Clyde at Washington County in a TVL tilt tonight. I think next week he's got a battle of the undefeateds, or what should be at least, shaping up a great 8-man with Hanover and Axtell. A lot of eyes on that one in 8-man D2. Of course, you can catch all the area teams on our Coach's Corner. Here's following evening sports at around 5:20. Marysville airs on Friday evenings at about 5:30. 1st and 10 near the 12 of Abilene. Here's Schradel taking the snap and rolling out to the near side. Then he moves forward inside the 10 down to about 7-yard line, makes it to almost the 5.
Yeah, just run pass option, rolled right, looking for a receiver, didn't find anybody, so he just went upfield and got about 5 yards, 6 yards, I guess.
Yeah, 6 on that. Brings up a 2nd and 4. Boy, here's a great chance for Marysville to tack on another.
Yeah.
Cut this 21-6 lead, and they can feel it. Coming out of the huddle, here's Schradel, straight ahead to the 4. Yeah. On a first down, he needs the 2.
Yeah, it was just straight quarterback dive there. Not much in the way of progress on that play.
Boy, he didn't. They're going to mark that all the way back at the 5.
Yeah.
I thought he had another yard for sure.
This might be a good time for a tight end seam, fake that dive and pull up and just hit the tight end over the middle because Abilene is coming after the ball.
3rd and 3. Here's a big play. Schradel in trouble. Wrapped up at the 10, a quarterback sack.
Yeah, they're all over him, number 26.
Nothing he could do. They grabbed him by the shirt tail to kind of slow him down and then made the nice solo tackle back there. That is a 4-yard loss. All of a sudden, it's 4th and 8.
Yeah, Marysville timeout.
We're going to keep it here on 4th and 8. Want to say congratulations, Isaac Height, Aubrey Dressman, the king and queen, crowned earlier tonight. Hope you'll join us next week on the road at Rock Creek. We'll be on the air about 6:20 with the K-Preps pregame show. Then back at home for 2 more ahead of Week 9. We know that Chapman and Clay Sutter are both coming to town, and we hope you'll join us here at the Homer Hanson Stadium at Landall Memorial Field. As you said earlier, beautiful facilities here. It's been fun to show off this great new facility of the last couple of years, even our press box facility. This was an old cinder block structure that was here back when we were in school going on 50 years ago and hadn't been updated for a number of years. They were ready to do a major renovation but pulled the initial plans to expand and said, we've got the bones, we're just going to freshen up things inside, and boy, we've got one of the nicer facilities to work in that we do around the league.
That's for sure. This is a nice press box. Heated, air conditioned, soundproofed. number one.
The school treats us really well, too. They've decorated the inside with some shots of our sports announcers, a tribute to longtime color commentator Jason Bruniger. 4th and 8 for Marysville. Tough situation now from the 10-yard line.
Oh.
Yeah, you can give me that pause.
That is, I don't know what happened there. Maybe Wetter went in motion to the left and just basically ran over Grady Stradle when he was getting ready to go out and run that option. That was unfortunate to do to yourself.
Bulldogs had picked off a Funston pass for a second time tonight to initiate that possession. They take it all the way down inside the 10, but give the ball up on downs. It's first down Cowboys looking to protect a 21-6 lead here late in the ball game. At their own 12-yard line, they'll start as deep as they have in Cowboy territory.
Yeah, first down here is really going to hurt the Dogs because they only have 2 timeouts left.
Holtman in his orange sneakers here tonight, orange cleats. Yeah. He's going to run around the right side, picks up maybe 4 on the first down carry to put the clock in motion with 3:15 remaining.
Sweep left. Marysville did a good job containing it. Just a host of Bulldogs out there to make the tackle, but maybe running out of time here.
Yeah, that's the big factor, and Abilene knows it. They're going to wear time as they can in the huddle here.
Yep.
Checking the far sideline for Coach Brad Nix. Down to 2:50, and boy, even if you get the ball back now, you've got 2 scores down, which is tough for Marysville. Had a chance to cut it to a 1-score lead, but give the ball up on downs. Unfortunate late turn of events. And here's Funston in the gun. Give to Hokeman, the workhorse. Brings it across the 20, not enough for the first down. Got another 4, brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. I'm surprised Marysville doesn't try to call a timeout here because if they could get them stopped, they might have a chance. But, with these nice play clocks Marysville has at the end of both ends of the field, it's pretty easy for a quarterback to burn some time off and know that he's not going to get a penalty.
And that's just what Funston's doing here as the clock rolls down to the 2-minute mark. Cowboys looking to improve to 3-2 on the season. 3rd and 2. Bulldog fans trying to make some noise here. Funston with a fake on a keeper near side. First down and then some.
Oh my.
A lot of room to run, crossing the 30, 40. Under pursuit at the 50. Finally brought down and out of bounds on the near sideline by Eli Sedlacek.
Yeah, he just faked it to Holtman, and Funston just said, I'm going to hold this one. Faked it right. Funston goes left. Big opening out there. Finally got run down over here by the sideline, but that should do it for the Cowboys, I would say. We'll probably just keep it on the ground.
Well, that was a big run for Funston. I think the best he's had all night.
Yeah, he hadn't had to run the ball much at all, and it was well-timed play call, that is for sure.
Play clock's down to 5 seconds. Minute 10 left. And we're in Bulldog territory at the 47. Coming to the near side, sliding to a stop for a short gain.
Yeah, under a minute now.
Funston on the keeper for the Cowboys, who look to improve to 3-2. And I don't know just what they've got left this season. Let's see, at Augusta, they host El Dorado, and then Wamego.
Yep.
I mentioned Marysville's going to 2A. That kind of caught a few of us by surprise. They'll be the largest by enrollment at 181 students, freshman through junior, in the next 2-year cycle. So next year we're going to go to a completely different look. We won't even play all the league schools because of the district alignment, and we'll see a completely fresh set of faces as far as opponents go. Down to one knee here on a Tegan Funston snap to put the clock in motion and seal this one up for the Cowboys on the road tonight. Well, they dominated the first half, and that's where it's going to stand. Marysville, the only score for either team in the second half.
Yeah, Marysville, I tell you what, they played back in the second half like we were playing at Concordia. And they came out hard. They drove the ball down the field. They made some good plays. They played with some intensity. That gives me hope. but we came up short tonight. A lot of good things going on out there. Schradel, I thought, played good. We didn't have much luck running the ball up the middle tonight like we did the other night at Concordia, but had a couple trick plays that worked pretty well. Cam Wetter played good on defense. D-backs played good. Where we get 2 picks. I think there were 2 interceptions. So Marysville's just going to have to hang in there and just keep looking at the sun coming up over the hill, because they're going to be better next year because they're young this year.
You look ahead, though, it's always tough playing at Rock Creek. They're having a great run this year. Looks like they're handling Clay Center tonight. We'll check the final for you later. But Marysville falls to Abilene here tonight. We'll come back. We're going to wrap it up. 21-6 our final. Bulldogs winless 5 starts this season.